Community Hub, where your brand be 202-544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
morning, Ghana. Good morning, lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. You are welcome to the news headline review right here on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. So, on this platform, we give you discussions and then inform perspectives on the latest headlines that is making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment and everything in between. This is your early morning companion. Here we bring you issues and stories that matter to you every morning right here on Ghana Talks Radio and on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. As usual, I remain your host, Esinamfi Agbedu, and joining me today is the beautiful Miss Regina Bless on our news headline review. Good morning, Miss Regina.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How are you doing, Ghana Ba?
I'm doing great. What of you?
I'm fine.
I'm looking really beautiful.
Oh yeah, we are repping Ghana, you know.
Ghana is...
Yeah, we are in the Ghana man.
Yeah, I know, right?
So why not? Why won't I rep Ghana? Yeah, in as much of the challenges we are facing as a country, I'm still proud to be a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
You know, some people are not enjoying the peace. We're enjoying eating my play with Fresti Dechi. Oh my God! See, I'm proud to be a Ghanaian.
Number 9 as that.
Yeah, number 9 as
on
that.
the map.
Yeah. How you feeling about the weekend?
I'm feeling great because this weekend I also have something fantabulous to do.
Ooh, I see.
So when you saw when I was coming, I've already packed my bag. Yeah, I'm going away for the weekend.
Oh, that's nice. I'm equally excited about the weekend. You know, I get to sleep at least a bit longer than the normal days.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that is her mood for the weekend. What is your mood for your weekend?
But before then, please, them same people, they should take that Ghana assistant from our phones. The phones, we bought it ourselves with our own money.
Oh,
so
I
they should
see.
Take it that way.
All right. So let's move straight into our news headline for today. So on our first headline, we have proclaiming self-reliance and begging donors for aid meaningless. President John Dramani Mahama has criticized the paradox of proclaiming self-reliance while continuing to seek aid from donor agencies, stating that such an approach renders the concept of independence meaningless. Speaking during the 68th Independence celebration, President Mahama acknowledged that discussions on independence frequently highlight Ghana's dependency on imports, donor aid, and International Monetary Fund bailouts. While recognizing these issues as real, he cautioned against allowing them to become cliches. Instead, he urged that the focus be placed on decisive actions that will break the cycle of dependency rather than empty rhetoric about an Africa that is beyond aid. He stressed that national celebrations should be moments of reflection and not just on past achievements, but on how well national assets are being managed for future generations. So this is what John Dramani Mahama had to say during our Independence Day celebration yesterday. He is advocating for self-reliance, and he's saying that if we claim we are an Africa beyond aid, then what is the essence of going out there to ask for donor aid? It's meaningless. If we claim we are independent, then there's no use for you to go out there and be begging. That is what he said.
When our past president and founder of, should I say, Ghana, Dr. Osajifo Kwame Nkrumah, when he declared our independence, he said Ghana now is a country where we do not rely on any external help, but rather we help ourselves. And with this, with what President Mahama is saying, proclaiming self-reliance and begging donors for aid is meaningless. Yesterday, I made a practical example that as an independent woman you claim yourself to be, there's no way you can go to someone and ask for help. There's no way you can, let's say, either a male or a female, you always preach that you are an independent woman, you are this, you are that, you are that. Then you come to me, please, I need help, please, I need this kind of amount. Do you think that person would give you?
Yeah.
Even if that person would give you based on certain others
or conditions
and according to say there's nothing you can do to, should I say, disrespect or avoid others and all that. So with our President John Dramani Mahama criticizing the paradox of proclaiming self-independence there and self-reliance there, that one there, it's 100% true. Yesterday, I heard a conversation someone was having and was like, Ghana, we are at 68 years now. What have we really achieved as Ghana, as a country? And one person was like, even if Ghana hasn't achieved anything, we have the peace, that tranquility we need as a country. Because there are several countries where they are independent. They are a developed country, but up till now they do not have the peace they need. And we can testify to that. There are a lot of either African countries or Western countries where they are independent, but the peace they seek, they do not find it. So he said the only thing as Ghanaians we can be appreciative of is the peace we have here. And I wanted to ask, fine, the peace is important, because without peace, whatever development, whatever infrastructure we are having in this society would be aimless. Because when there's a civil war here, everything will be destroyed. But when bombs come here, houses will be destroyed, schools will be destroyed, hospitals will be destroyed. But let's question ourselves. This is a time where we need to self-reflect. This is a time where we need to question ourselves. That's what I'm really doing. Sometimes, even as a normal human being, when you do something, even with, let me use our program for example, when we are done with the show, the next thing we normally do is go back and watch what we did, the mistakes we did, the things we need to improve on, the things we need to add to it to make it more catchy. That is self-reflecting. That is should I say, you assessing yourself. So Ghana 68, very soon for the next 3 years we will be 70. Just a penny when you sebio need any kind of achievement. You can't even boldly boast say this and this and this and this and this is what we've achieved as a country. We've achieved a lot as a country, but as we the academic statements will always say, there's still room for improvement. But that doesn't be a yardstick for us to relax. Because there's still room for improvement doesn't mean that we should relax. And I'll say this, the citizen also have a role, a part to play in this. The citizen has a part to play in this. So with the self-reliance and still begging, which our president said is meaningless, I agree with him. So we need to put in major steps to make sure that we are self-reliant on ourselves, as we always proclaim for the past 68 years now.
Okay, so he's saying that it is meaningless for us to be celebrating independence. We claim we are independent, and then as an independent institution, or let me put it as entity, you are not supposed to go and then seek for arms or even beg people for help, because you claim you are independent. And I believe you being independent, you already have some things in place that you can use to support yourself. So I want to ask, in your own perspective, as a country, what are some of the areas, maybe if it is agriculture or something, what are some of the areas you think that we can focus on, that we can become self-reliant as a country, so we don't go to other countries to go and be begging for this? Because I bet you, if the monies we've been borrowing from other countries in terms of the IMF, if we are using it for what that money is intended to be used for, we won't be in this situation as we are right now as a country.
Okay, so first of all, as you said, the agricultural sector, I'll use certain countries for example, where humans do not necessarily need to go to the field to harvest crops, to plant seeds and all that. Rather, they have machines doing all that. So I feel that with the agricultural sector, they should focus more on the agricultural sector. If they want to focus more on it, and rather employing people is good, but with the kind of production where humans can bring, machine can do that more. With the money they are using to do certain things, they need to go out, even if it's outside Ghana, within Ghana, they can purchase some machines which would be productive to us. Yes. And also with our cocoa is it cocoa bud sector or cocoa sector? People outside come to buy our cocoa seeds, our cocoa or whatever, take it outside, manufacture or produce things out of that cocoa they bought here, and still bring it back to us to buy. Fine, there is a factory where they produce or manufacture chocolate, but chocolate shouldn't only be the limited thing they can do. There are a lot of things. Every day we drink tea. Every day we take bread and chocolate. Every day
cocoa can be used for
a whole lot.
Skin products,
cosmetics,
all of that.
yeah. So they should also focus on that. And also with the sugar factory, the Commander Sugar Factory, which was closed down for how many years now? Now the Minister for Trade, Elizabeth, she's putting things in place to make sure that factory is being operationalized again, because we can't as a country importing sugar, importing you assume earbud, importing toothpick, where we have your friend is saying, a forest where we can produce certain things out from
it into our own
so with this. And also, when they want to venture into these things, they shouldn't just bring theoretical the aspect of it, but rather they should also focus on the practicality to yield more results.
So, in my own perspective, I think the way forward to become independent is patronizing our own goods. Yeah, we have quality goods here in Ghana, but we like to import from other countries as well. So during the State of the Nation address, he said that about 500 million annually is being spent on imported goods, and that has to do with food. So speaking on the agricultural sector, if you focus more on agriculture, right now, let me put it this way: agriculture is the backbone of Ghana, because we are blessed with fertile land. Our land is green, and there are so many things we can do on that land to cultivate, good products without importing these things from abroad. So look at the Nkoko and Kitten initiative like this. I think that is going to go a long way to reduce the import of
chicken and all that
into the country. So with that, the money is going to stay here, and then inflation rate is going to go down. So that is one step to self-reliance. And we should patronize our own goods and stop exporting.
With what you are saying, the major step to add up to what you said is also our mindsets. Because the government can put everything in place to make sure that we are self-reliant, but we are the ones to make sure that whatever initiative he's putting in place, we support him. So what if we Ghanaians, we do not have that mindset to support our government, to support our president, to make sure that that initiative comes to life? It is not just a vision, but rather we have to visualize that vision. So if we do not reset our mentality, our perspective, there is no way that self-reliance will be in existence. So the major step is to for it to dawn on ourselves that we need to change our mentality.
So to add up to that, we've seen the previous governments coming to tell us Ghana beyond aid, Ghana beyond aid, Ghana beyond aid, but we keep borrowing and borrowing. We keep borrowing and borrowing, and it looks like people are actually tired of the talks. Right now, we want to see action. this is what he said. Make sure you do everything in your power to implement that.
Yeah.
If you came and then you made promises, at least if you are not able to fulfill 100% of them, at least 80% of it should be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Because people are looking up to you and people are expecting too much of you. We are getting tired of the talks. We want to see action. We are getting tired of the long speeches. You come, you tell us, resetting Ghana. What are you doing on your side as a government as well? Walk the talk. We want to see it in action. That is all the people of Ghanaians are hoping for. They want to see results, and that is it.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next headline. Government to release funds for industries under 24-hour economy. Sorry. Minister for Trade and Agribusiness, Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare, has announced that the government is set to unlock funding to support industries as Ghana prepares to implement its 24-hour economy. Speaking after the Independence Day celebrations, she said the private sector is ready to embrace the 24-hour economy, with some industries already preparing to operate in 3 shifts to maximize production and create jobs. According to the minister, the government has engaged various industries, many of which are eager to begin round-the-clock operations. She explained that the policy will stimulate economic growth by boosting local manufacturing and reducing reliance on imports. Mrs. Ofosu-Adjare also revealed that discussions have been held with the Minister for Finance and the Bank of Ghana to release funds trapped in banks for investments in agribusiness and the industrial value chain. So it seems like people are really getting used and, let me say, adapting to the 24-hour economy. So the minister highlights that many industries are prepared to transition into the 24 operation model, which could lead to increased production and then employment. Because obviously, if there's 3-hour shifts, productivity is going to go high, and more people will have to be employed to cover up for the dawn and then the evening shifts. And then the policy aims to reduce import dependency, align with broader economic goals of self-sufficiency. So obviously that when productivity is going up, the rate of importation will also go low, because we have people working all day round. That is 24 hours. We have people working 24 hours. So engaging the finance ministry and then the Bank of Ghana to unlock funds trapped in banks could also help sustain the agribusiness and then industrial value change. So here, you can't just go to the farm without anything. Even if you need a cutlass, you need funds to purchase that cutlass. So urging the Bank of Ghana to release funds into the agribusiness to help productivity go on, I think is a good idea.
Okay, so where there's demand for goods, there's more productivity.
Okay.
Because where you are into manufacturing something and people do not demand for that good, how would productivity then go on? How would producing that thing go on? It wouldn't go on. So for the Minister for Trade and Agribusiness, a bold Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare, I would say that I would commend her on that, because I quite remember this 24-hour economy. Most people criticized it, where some little people also applauded the initiative. People saying, how can one person work for 24 hours? How can a set of group work for 24 hours? What exactly are they producing? What exactly are they working on? Forgetting that the Western country, I'll say the one thing they involve themselves in is 24-hour economy, where the shift comes in. So the shifts would be a 3 shifts all round. So first of all, let's look at our employment level. When these 3 shifts comes into initiative, let's say even if 2,000 people are employed for the first shift, second shift 2,000, third shift 3,000, making it how many? 6,000 people getting employed. Let's say that 6,000 people getting employed, even the directors, the CEOs, producers, manufacturers, they're home. So first of all, it would help with employment, lowering the employment, youth unemployment, for it to go down. And secondly, as she said, it will lower the importation of goods. It will lower it, because as at now we would be producing all of those things. So why would there be the need for us to go outside and import those things while it is still here? So this also boils down to the mentality and mindset I was talking about. These people will try their possible best to do whatever they are supposed to do, and we, the people here, since St. Louis cube sugar, it's imported outside. Let's say the Commander Sugar Factory is working
24 hours.
People, especially market women, people who have this wholesale and all that, even household will still purchase that St. Louis box of sugar over the one we are purchasing here. So the mentality, see, they can bring in thousands of CDs, millions of CDs, billions of dollars to make sure that this thing is running. But without the wholesalers coming to purchase that thing will still be there. So that is why I'm saying that where there is high demand, productivity goes on. Because it is when a wholesaler comes, oh, I want 50 bags of sugar. That is where they produce the sugar. But they can't just sit and just be producing the sugars down where no one is coming to buy it. So with the 24-hour economy, first of all, as we said, it will reduce the level of importation, and also it will decrease our youth unemployment.
But regards to the 24-hour economy, running a 24-hour economy requires stable electricity, transportation, and then security as well. Because here lies the case: people will be leaving their house at night and then at dawn. Not leaving the house per se. It includes leaving the house at dawn and then at night as well. And even at the workplaces, electricity has to be running. Security personnel has to be done, because that's ungodly hour. So my issue is, are there any strategic measures or policies that has been put in place that when the 24-hour economy starts running, we will be facing challenges like this?
Okay, so with companies or factories involving themselves in 24-hour economy, sometimes, most especially, even in Ghana here, there are some companies where they run shifts. They have rooms for workers. And they have transportation services for workers to aid in transport to and fro. So let's say with the morning shift, you can take your car from wherever you are coming from and come to work. But with you going, that is where the room comes in. You can either get a room for them where, if it's too late for you to go
home,
you sleep.
You sleep over. So you think they should come up with more infrastructure for these people who
it is very needed, because you can't risk your life just because you are working or just because you are under a 24-hour economy. Because with this, even at night, people target people. So
but putting the policies in place there, you can't know. Anybody at all can put anything, like come up with initiative. But the problem we face as a country is sustaining and maintaining it. Because assume this thing should take us far. What are we going to do to maintain it? I think the government has to come and then give us a clearer picture, or maybe a clearer explanation on how they are going to sustain and maintain this 24-hour economy. Because you can't just bring up an initiative and then leave it lying there like that. At least we need some kind of like explanation. So I'm believing that as time goes by, we'll be having some.
And
stories
also,
on.
as we know, Ghana here, most especially, they would bring up an initiative, and later on, we are not hearing from that. We are not seeing any end
don't
result
see
of that
anything.
initiative here. So sometimes I feel it's also boils down to finance. As you said, for an initiative to take place in Ghana here, it would need funding.
Yeah.
And who funds that? Bank of Ghana do the funding. If Bank of Ghana is not stable financially, if it's not stable economically, how would that funding come in place? How would that funding be a success? So sometimes I would say that Bank of Ghana should also put things in place to make sure that funding is as easy as possible. Sometimes you would have, should I say, a business plan where you just need funding, but the person giving you the capital, if he or she doesn't give you that capital, your business plan will go to waste. So Bank of Ghana should also do their own part if they see eye to eye with that initiative.
Yeah, I think they need to come up. All right, moving on. Mahama visits Volta region tidal wave victims. Orders budgetary allocation of Phase 2 Sea Defense Project. President John Dramani Mahama has directed the Minister of Finance to make the necessary budgetary allocations for the commencement of the Blekusu Phase 2 project. This initiative is aimed at mitigating the underlying flooding and destruction caused by tidal waves along the coast of Ketu South and Keta constituency in the Volta region. The directive follows recent tidal waves that have displaced approximately 600 people, leaving communities such as Agaveji and its surrounding areas in distress. The president, during a visit to the affected areas, reassured residents of the government's commitment to providing lasting solutions to the reoccurring problem. Speaking to the affected residents, President Mahama emphasized that funding for the Blesuku Sea Defense Project Phase 2 would be included in the upcoming national budget, which will soon be presented to Parliament. Beyond the sea defense projects, the government has also announced an immediate allocation of a safe resettlement site for those displaced by the disaster. So I think recently we heard of the tidal waves that happened in Agaveji. And I must say, almost like 600 people were displaced off their homes.
Yeah.
And then President John Dramani Mahama is giving hope to these people that the sea defense, the budgets will be allocated in the upcoming budget, which will be presented to Parliament.
Yeah.
I think, which is 11th March.
11th March.
Yeah. What do you have to say?
Okay, so with our president, I would applaud him on that, because I can't remember, was it last year? If I wouldn't lie, I stand to be corrected. Last year, where we had issues with the Akosombo Dam, where spillage, yes, and almost not billions, almost millions of people were displaced. People were homeless. People lost their properties. Our ex-president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, went there to rather exhibit a kind of, excuse me to say, like a bicycle attitude. Agro. I'm sorry about that. Because how can you, a president, go there and say, if you were to reflect on the vote, there's no way you would have even come to Volta region to help these people. Why would you say that as a president? As a leader, yes, as a leader, as a leader, you need to be free and fair. No matter how someone punches you in the neck, you need to be free and fair. Whether they voted, whether they didn't vote, we are still citizens
of the country.
Taxpayers' money. It's not like whatever you are going to help them with, the money is coming from your pocket. It's not coming from your pocket. It's coming from their own money, taxpayers' money, the purse of the government. So that aside, I would commend our President John Dramani Mahama for putting this upon himself to make sure that a budget is allocated to the Phase 2C defense project. And also, I would like to speak to these people. See, when you are going to get a land, where you are going to build, there are certain things you need to put in place to make sure that this land is safe for me, is safe for my family. I didn't hear of any life lost. That is a fortunate one. But what if Ankobanesa and lots of lives were lost? First of all, they say ignorance is not an excuse. The fact that you do not know something doesn't mean that you are justified, doesn't mean that your point is solid. No. We are also at fault, because sometimes this person knows that where I'm going to purchase this land is, how did they call it? In Siomo, they say it's it's a sea area, it's waterlogged area, it's a waterlogged area. But yes, so these people, knowing fully well, will still buy that land and purchase there. If in so before then they are now calling on the government for help. We are also a problem ourselves. And also the government should also, I will say that there are certain decisions the government will take which is very harsh, but it is for the betterment of the country, it is for the betterment of ourselves. Because the government knows that this place, they need to construct or erect a sea defense, so that in Sonu and Faso, the water there like that, it is not a stagnant water. It is a flowing water where each and every day another new set of water comes to join, making it bigger and bigger as the time goes. So if the government also knows this place is out of bounds, they should put in the necessary steps. They should expedite, they should speed up the process to make sure that no one is harmed.
So he's saying that so if this is phase 2, then definitely there was a phase 1.
Phase 1.
So are they trying to tell us that they didn't find any issue, or why couldn't they just extend it right at that moment? And this is not the first time we are hearing of this tidal waves in Agaveji.
Yeah.
This has been going on and on and on. And still, our chiefs, the chiefs and the authorities in that area, and then the government as well, allow people to settle closer to the sea, which I think is a very, very bad idea. You just be sleeping in your bed, and then by the time you see, you're on top of water. I mean, you're on top of water. This is an emergency issue that I think President Mahama has taken a quick step to find solution to this.
Yeah. And
this happened actually yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Meaning that right after the independence,
he went.
He just had to, because this is indeed a president who listens.
Yeah.
He didn't wait. You need to rectify the issue immediately. Immediately. So by prioritizing fund for the sea project, the government acknowledges the agency. Acknowledging the agency immediately, he said that there will be money allocated to this miners in their project, in their budget. Sorry. So Mahama's visits reassures a displaced resident that their concerns are being addressed.
Yeah.
You go there, you communicate. At least the people know that we are living in a country
where our presidents
care about us. So the pledge to including funding in the upcoming budget suggests a structured approach to solving the issue rather than temporary relief.
Yeah, I think with the Akosombo Dam, there was a temporary
relief, but there was not a lasting solution to it. With this one, he said immediately there's going to be a phase 2 of the sea defense built. And even that one, he's still going to give people relief items, such as the bed, the food, And building a sea project is permanent,
stay.
but the relief is something
Temporary.
to sustain themselves with, which I think is a very, very
Yeah.
good thing. It's a very, very good move that
Yeah.
they've made. So beyond infrastructure development, the government is also committing to providing a safe relocation sites for the displaced residents, showing a multifaceted approach. So those that have been relocated by the tidal waves, the president is looking, or the government, let me say, the government is looking for an immediate location for them to be at as of now.
Yeah, and we also plead on the people who would be putting in charge of this project. See, we always say we want to combat the issue of corruption, but we ourselves, we are corrupt citizens, we are corrupt officials. This money to be allocated for this initiative, it is not a small amount of money, but rather a very huge amount of money. So we would urge, please, we would urge on these contractors that when the money is being allocated to them,
use it for what
the
it's supposed to be
intended purpose. Please, we beg you. This is the life of people at risk. Their lives are already at risk. Akasa, it will deteriorate. For it not to deteriorate to the next level where it is not salvageable. That is why our president is saying that money will be allocated, but before then it has to pass through the right process where it will be added to the budget. So if they have the money, I feel that they should be as sincere, transparent, and accountable as possible. See, the government will do their part, but these people will squander the money. And when they squander the money, maybe under this new administration will just quicken up process to make sure that these people are accountable for their actions. So we beg and we plead.
We are begging and then we are pleading.
Yeah.
All right. GES orders validation of revoked appointments by March 14th. The Ghana Education Service has issued a directive requiring staff affected by the recent revocation of appointments and recruitment to validate and reinstate their recruitment by March 14th. This move is part of an effort to clean up the database of all recruited staff on the GES payroll. The GES has requested all affected staff to participate in a validation exercise led by a 3-member committee. This committee comprises the Regional Human Resource Officer, Regional Internal Auditor, and Regional Accountant. Affected staff are required to provide the following documents to support the validation process. 1. The appointment letter. 2. Academic certificates. 3. License certificates. And 4. National service certificates. So these are the measures the GES is putting in place to recruit the staff that have been revoked or their appointments were being terminated during the mass dismissal. I think I'm happy to hear this. If you really qualify for the job, provide your appointment letter, your academic certificates, your license certificates, and your national service certificates. You go through the necessary process, the necessary procedures that allows you to get the job, not through some kululu thing. And then if you know you are genuine enough and you are fit, and then you have the ability and the capability to be in that office, I tell you, once you provide them with this document, just add prayers, you will get your appointment back, and stop bashing the government for dismissing you. I mean, it's quite unfortunate, I must say, for the dismissal, but they are cleaning up their payroll. So if you have these documents, just present them, add prayers, and follow up. You will get the job. This is what GES is saying. Do you have the press release?
Yeah. So. Okay, so with the press release, revocation of appointments and recruitment.
Yeah.
In reference to our earlier letter dated 17th February 2025 with reference number GES and a whole lot on the above theme, Management of Ghana Education Service requests all affected staff to have their recruitment validated and reinstated in order to clean up the database of all recruited staff on the GES payroll. In view of the above, a 3-member committee made up of the Regional Human Resource Officer, Regional Internal Auditor and Regional Accountant should lead the validation process. All staff in this category should make available the following document to support the validation exercise: appointment letter as stated, academic certificate, licensure certificate, and lastly, national service certificate. The affected staff are expected to go through the validation process by 14th February 2025. The management of GES count on your cooperation to make this exercise a success.
Okay, so let's break it down. The exercise the GES is about to take reflects commitment to eliminating irregular appointments and then preventing payroll fraud, and which ensures that only proper vetted staff remain on the payroll.
Yeah.
So if you are qualified for the job, you have it. Just provide your documents. And the requirements for the documents, for the key documents, which is your academic certificate, your licensure certificate, your national, ensures that only qualified personnel are qualified for the job.
Yeah.
If you don't have this, I'm sorry,
Get out.
you're not qualified.
This is how it should have
It
been.
should be.
Not backdated documents trying to prove a point. You can't go into an institute where you want to be employed to bringing up fake documents to support your claim.
No.
You go into an institute, you want to be employed, you don't want to bring your CV, you don't want to bring all necessary credentials, and just boom, you want to be employed just like that. It is not done anyway. And especially to the minority, mini minority, these people were on the neck of Mahama, calling him all sorts of names, Terminator 1 and a whole lot, clearance agents and a whole lot. See, it's high time we put partisan aside and think and be logic as humans. How would you feel as a CEO and you are employing, or you have a staff where that staff is not competent enough, but you are every month you are wasting millions of cedis on that staff? How would you feel? Without any tangible productivity and all that. Because I feel that once these people were recruited in an illegal way, trust me, it's either it's through protocol, it's through connection, or they are not competent. They don't know what they are supposed to do. They don't know their jobs. Because no educated literate would even go through this process. If you are educated, you know your right, you know that I am fit for this job. Do you think that you would go through this fraudulent way of seeking a job or getting a job? You wouldn't do that. So with this, it is the right process, the right step to take. You bring your appointment letter that show that really you were appointed.
Yeah.
You were called. Your academic certificates. Let's see your background, the knowledge you have, your level of education, and also the licensure certificates, and lastly the national service certificates, because you have to go through training.
Training, at least some sort of
experience before you get a job. Now I'll say that Ghana is a country where we really deal with experience more than certificates. But without if you have the experience and you don't have the certificate, the doubt is there. It will be very difficult for you to be given the job. So you have the experience and you have the certificate to back your claim, making it 100% solidified document. So with the GES, it is a very good step they've taken. A very good major step they've taken upon themselves to make sure. This will also boil down to these ghost names in the payroll account and all that, because when everything is sorted, they know that at the end of the month 10 people will be paid, not 20 people, not 30 people who don't even exist. So it's a great call.
When you mentioned that we must all come together as a country, I remember the comments with regards to the Agaveji.
Yeah. Is it the tidal?
The tidal wave.
Yeah.
So someone made a comment. It was like, so Ibrahim Mahama, Mahama went with his brother. President Mahama went with his brother, which is Ibrahim Mahama. So someone, he says, so Ibrahim Mahama visited the Kitty North for the sea defense project. And someone was asking, as what?
As what? How?
Is he not a Ghanaian?
He's a Ghanaian.
He's a Ghanaian.
Even concerned as that.
So because you're an MPP sympathizer, so
see, we are not talking about Ibrahim Mahama, but let's use him as an example. I would say this man, he's a philanthropist.
As what?
He's a philanthropist.
As what?
And he can even help 100% with certain relief items where the government shouldn't even dip their hands in the government coffers to even help with that. Because this man helps with a lot of things. Even if you are sick, you need billions of cedis for kidney, whatever, heart disease, whatever. This man can help. So he can fund for your trip, fund for the expenses of your health.
He donated food and some relief items to the people yesterday.
So if it was a king following President Mahama, would they ask that question as what?
As what?
If someone has the capability to help, why are we supposed to block that person? Why are we supposed to stop that person?
So it boils down to what he said, what has to do with the mindset,
our mentality.
So meaning that automatically those living in Agaveji are seen as NDC supporters. So if I'm an MPP member
and you go there,
I shouldn't go and help those people. Is that what they are trying to say?
That is what they are trying to say.
No, but we must come together and support each other. And I feel that was an insensitive statement.
Very insensitive.
The person made
very
there.
Insensitive.
As
and people don't even have that compassion and empathy. People are just soulless.
They are just there. They are just there. But I think we must come together as a country. Be your brother's keeper. If you see that something is not going on with somebody, please, if you have a helping hand, just do so. How can you ask as what? Moving on to our last story. Our last story. I'm disappointed my colleagues have been given appointments, but I have not. Miss Bell cries out. Ghanaian musician Miss Bell has stated that she would decline a political appointment even if offered by the president to maintain her peace of mind and avoid having success linked to politics. She explained that accepting such a role could lead to public investigation, with people accusing her of benefiting from taxpayers' money. However, Ms. Bell expressed disappointment that despite her loyalty to the NDC and the challenges she faced due to her political stance, including bullying and threat, she has not been considered for any appointments. She also questioned the selection process for such roles, wondering if people have to submit resumes or lobbying influential figures, but noted that a simple offer would have been appreciated. Hey, Miss Bell.
I am
so
16
if all NDC supporters were
given
crying
a job
out, and then do you think we will move on as a country?
Nah, we won't.
If you are not qualified and then you don't have the competency to hold that position or that office, I'm sorry, you can't be appointed. But with her, looking at her musical background, what can she bring to the table? Omari just joined us. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I hope everyone's doing well. Good morning to our beautiful listeners as well. I mean, as you rightfully put it, is it about loyalty or competence? You see, because you are NDC, this and that, but so many people are NDC too.
Yeah.
So many people. Some might even be more, as she thinks, loyal than you are. Do we hear them crying out or lamenting on any of these things?
No.
So we should be diplomatic in some of
we should.
the statements that we make. I mean, after all, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. In all the appointments going on, which one does Ms. Bell think she fits much more than someone being appointed?
She should let us know. Maybe you might consider.
I mean, you in one stance, you are not really interested in any political appointment. In another stance, you are disappointed you didn't get any offer. So which is which?
Which is which? What do you want right now? Can you tell us what you want exactly? Because you said you want to maintain your peace. And with politics, please, you won't have peace.
Oh, really?
Because people will be bashing you.
But if you do the right thing, who is going to bash you?
Oh, that one there, you go take. No matter what, you go take. Oh, yeah, cry. Because oh, yeah, do. Oh, yeah, so because oh, yeah, she. So that one there, if you don't psych your mind for it, they be able to.
I mean, we understand here and all that, but it doesn't mean every public figure, as to say, should be recognized by a government or a president with an appointment. I mean, it doesn't work that way. It wouldn't work anywhere that way. So yeah.
So you all have said it. I feel she's not. Should I use the word competent? Because we've not really been seeing her in the industry itself. The only time we would notice her is when she has a feud with her ex-friend, if Yashua Snega, where they would be insulting each other and all that. But aside that, her musical career, I wouldn't say is blank, but for now, it's like she's not focusing so much on her musical career. She's rather focusing on her other businesses. And as he said, she says she needs that peace. So you wanting to secure or protect your peace, how then do you want to be in the political space? Because we know political space is a space where it is not a friendly environment. It is not a friendly environment. And you're also a mother of 2 kids. So just concentrate and I'm a boy.
Oh, but there are other politicians with case as well. So.
Yes, but you are someone who wants to protect your peace, and obviously you want to protect the peace of your kids. So you can't jeopardize your kids' peace because you want to be a politician.
Well, I don't know, but I kind of beg to differ in this one, because almost every politician, as we see them right now, have kids.
Yeah, they have their family.
I think, and also saying that she is not competent, I would say that is quite a stretch, because we haven't seen her given any position yet,
But
for we to see whether she can deliver or not.
okay.
But it's just about she feeling, let's say, entitled.
Yeah, I feel like it's mandatory.
I mean,
that
just because you are loyal to the
you should be
party.
given.
Yes.
But with the kind of controversies around her, do you think we are even going to have trust?
Oh, I mean, there are so many controversies around so many people. In fact,
that one day.
the newly appointed Bank of Ghana governor, controversies around him. Okujeto, controversies. Sam George, controversies.
Okay.
So it's part of it. We should just be devoid of this entitlement and all that stuff. The position or appointment should go to the competent one, not the loyal one. If you are loyal and you are not competent, what are you going to do then? Exactly. So
the appointment should be given to the competent one, but not the loyal one. This is where we draw the curtains for a news headline review. Thank you for joining us. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Welcome to Today in History. And did you know, live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show with I myself, Miss Regina Bliss. So on this day, 7th March 1961, Kwame Nkrumah, the then president of the new Republic of Ghana, delivered a speech at the United Nations in support of the self-determination of Congo. On this day, 1959, Kan Yama Chiem, a leading member of the Nyasaland African Congress, fled Africa and went into hiding in London, Britain, where the colonial power arrested leading members of the NAC, including Hastings Banda, the NAC president in Dawn Wait. A state of emergency was declared and the NAC banned. Chiem had been in Kenya at the time of the arrest. Today in history, 1965, attack on civil rights protesters in Selma, Alabama. State troopers used 9 sticks and tear gas to attack American civil rights activists as they crossed a bridge in Selma, Alabama, during their attempted march to the state capitol in Montgomery. 1987, American boxer Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight to acquire the World Boxing Association championship belt when he defeated James Smith in 12 rounds. On this day, 7th March 2010, the Red Terror Matisse Memorial Museum was unveiled in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Moving to some did you know for today. Did you know that a banana contains 75% water and 25% dry? It packs about 80 important nutrients like potassium, manganese, protein, phosphorus, calcium, iron, carbohydrates, and fiber. When facing an electrolyte imbalance, a sweet and rich banana should be the first food on your list. Did you also know that your liver performs over 500 functions, including digestion of proteins, mineral storage, bile production, and blood filtration? The liver is about 3 pounds the weight of a football and can be found in the upper right abdomen. Did you also know that your brain uses 25% of all the oxygen you breathe? The brain makes up only 2% of our body weight, but it consumes 20% of the oxygen we breathe and 20% of the energy we consume. This enormous consumption of oxygen and energy fuels many thousands of chemical reactions in the brain every second. Did you also know that the hydrochloric acid found in your stomach is stronger enough to dissolve a nail? The acid in your stomach is so strong it could dissolve an iron nail. To stop your stomach from digesting itself, it's lined with a protective mucus, and your stomach cells are replaced every few days. Did you also know that gunpowder, as it came to be known, is a mixture of saltpeter, potassium nitrate, sulfur, and charcoal? Together, these materials will burn rapidly and explode as a propellant. Chinese monks discovered the technology in the 9th century during their quest for a life-extending elixir. To our last did you know for today. Did you know that the sun has to be behind you because the light gets refracted back in the general direction it came from for you to see a rainbow? So you have to see a rainbow. By so doing, you have to back the sun. And that is all for now on Today in History.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for that education. Thank you so much for joining us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Right after the news, we'll be coming up with health matters and then an insightful discussion with Omari and myself and Miss Regina Bless. Please stick and stay.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on
Good morning and welcome to the Daybreak News on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, GES orders validation of revoked appointment by March 14. Let's give peace a chance. Mahama to Boko resident. Mahama, a scaled down Independence Day celebration doesn't diminish significance, and Odumase explosion claims 2 more lives. This business, sports and showbiz is coming in this morning's bulletin. The news will be read by Awintemi Akansukum. Now let's settle for the details. The Ghana Education Service GES has issued a directive requiring staff affected by the recent revocation of appointments and recruitment to validate and reinstate their recruitment by March 14. This move is part of an effort to clean up the database of all recruited staff on the GES payroll. In a letter dated March 5, 2025, GES management referenced an earlier communication from February 14, 2025, which addressed the revocation of appointment. The GES has requested all affected staff to participate in a validation exercise led by a 3-member committee. This committee comprises the Regional Human Resource Officer, Regional Internal Auditor, and Regional Accountant. Affected staff are required to provide the following document to support the validation process: appointment letter, academic certificate, licensure certificate, and national service certificate. The validation process is expected to be completed by March 14, 2025. GES management has urged the cooperation of all affected staff to ensure the success of this exercise. Professor Ernest Kofi Davis, Acting Director General of GES, signed the letter and emphasized the importance of this validation exercise in maintaining an accurate and up-to-date payroll database. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has called on residents of Boko and its surrounding areas to embrace peace and renew friendships to end the ongoing conflict in the region. His plea follows the recent surge in violence that has resulted in the death of about 56 people. The ongoing tension have led to the imposition of a curfew in Boko and its environs, with restricted movement between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. Addressing the public during the 68th Independence Day celebration held at the Jubilee House March 6th under the theme Reflect, Review and Reset, Mahama urged the people of Boko to prioritize peace for the sake of future generation. He further urged the residents not to be swayed by mistrust or the weight of past grievances, emphasizing the need to move forward together. Still with the president, John Dramani Mahama has assured Ghanaians that the scaled-down 68th Independence Day celebration does not lessen the importance and significance of the occasion. Addressing the nation at the 68th Independence Day celebration at the Jubilee House, he emphasized that Ghana's independence remains the most critical event in the nation's history as it sets the country on the path of nationhood. This scaled-down celebration does not diminish the importance and significance of this occasion in any way. Ghana's independence is the single most important event in our history as it sets us on the path of nationhood. It is even more significant because it lights the flame of independence in sub-Saharan Africa by inspiring other countries yoked to colonial exploitation to seek independence and self-determination. Mahama stated the decision to scale down the celebration was made in light of the current economic challenges facing the nation. Despite the reduced scale, the event continues to hold great symbolic value, reminding Ghanaians of the significance made by their forefathers and the enduring spirit of independence that continue to inspire the nation. Moving to some other stories, the tragic explosion in Odumasi near Konongo in the Ashanti Achim Central Municipality has claimed 2 more lives. The incident, which occurred Wednesday night, initially claimed 1 life, with 2 more victims succumbing to their injuries subsequently. The explosion left several others, including firefighters, with varying degrees of injuries. Authorities have confirmed that the injured fire officers and other affected individuals have been treated and discharged. However, approximately 5 victims remain hospitalized. Medical officials have indicated that 2 critically injured victims are being considered for referral to the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital for advanced treatment. Now moving to some business, GCB Bank PLC has posted a record high profit before tax of 1.91 billion cedis for the 2024 first financial year, marking a 25.3% year-on-year increase as the bank concludes its 4-year strategic cycle. The audited financial results underscore the bank's resilience amid a challenging operating environment characterized by regulatory reforms that significantly impacted liquidity across the banking sector. Revenue for the year grew by 19%, driven by a 19.02% rise in internet income, a 42.7% surge in non-funded income, and an 8.41% increase in net trading income. The gain reflects GCB Bank's operational efficiency and its ability to adapt to evolving market dynamics. A strategic shift towards a sales-driven, customer-centric approach in 2024 significantly bolstered balance sheet growth. The bank's total asset rose by 58% to 42.58 billion cedis, accounting for 11.58% of the industry's total asset, outpacing the 33.79% growth in industry-wide assets. The spike surged by 58.1% to 34.63 billion cedis, while the loan book expanded by 52.83% to 10.2 billion cedis, securing an 11.85% share of total industry loans. Now moving to some sports, Rafinha was once again Barcelona's hero as they claimed a narrow win over Benfica in the first leg of their Champions League last 16 tie, despite going down to 10 men. The Brazilian capitalized on a defensive error to drive forward and slot in the bottom corner in the 61st minute, notching its 25th goal of the season and 9th in the Champions League campaign. Rafinha also came to the rescue for 5-time winners Barca in January when the two sides met in the league group phase, scoring a 96th minute winner in a 9-goal trailer. Meeting again at this knockout stage of the competition, Barcelona had to play with 10 men from the 22nd minute after teenager Kobashi brought down Benfica striker Pavlidis on the edge of the penalty box, but as the last man received a straight red card. The Portuguese hosts thought they had a penalty in the 82nd minute after the otherwise faultless brought down Andre Belotti, but the spot kick was overturned for offside in the build-up. But Barcelona held on to take a narrow lead to the camp for the second leg on Tuesday, 11th March. Now straight to some showbiz this morning. Ghanaian gospel artist Joyce Blessing delivered a stunning performance at the highly patronized Adom TV Fufuo party, enlisting the Independence Day anniversary revelers into spontaneous choruses as they sang along in praises. The event brought together numerous fans and celebrities for a day of music, fun, and celebration of Ghanaian culture with fufuo, the beloved traditional dish. Joyce Blessing's performance captivated the audience with over an hour of her powerful voice and dynamic stage performance. Revelers cheered and danced along as the gospel sensation performed some of her popular hits, blending generic gospel rhythms with traditional Ghanaian sounds. The Fufu Party, organized by Adum TV, has become a popular event where local stars and fans come together to enjoy the best of Ghanaian music, food, and entertainment. She wowed the crowd with her performance of many of her popular songs, such as I Swerve, Victory, Repent, Heavy Price, etc. And that's it with the Daybreak News on Ghana Talks Radio. Log on to www.ghanatalksradio.com for more of these stories. The news was read by Awentemi Akan Sukuma. Say thanks so much for making time. Good morning.
Ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
Good morning. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. My name is Pakwesi Omari and I'm back again with my beautiful team of ladies, Esinam, and my surprise guest, Reggie. Reggie, what's up? You're welcome. And then the first time I about me show you. So.
No, it's not the first time. Actually,
Really?
the second time.
Oh, really?
Oh, we had everything the week with DJ Charm.
Oh, true.
Yeah, red flag.
I'm a red flag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today we can talk a red flag.
A beautiful good morning once again to our beautiful listeners, wherever you are. Don't forget to join the conversation on all our social media platforms at Ghana Talks Radio. You can also join us on our WhatsApp platform 0202544614 0202544614. This is Ghana Talks Radio, where Ghana talks, where Ghana listens. This morning we will be coming your way with some very educative discussions. We've done much more of the social, the political topics and discussions over the week. Today we want to take you to something more of a social, how do we put it? Social education. Yes, and the first thing we'll be looking at is social media influence in regards to fake news, cyberbullying, and its impact on mental health. Actually, this mental health thing, there's a whole thing on its own. So
It's
many
a whole
things contribute to mental health issues, and one of the most alarming or inspirations behind mental health issues has been social media influences. Social media, because is it good or is it bad?
Social media. Because it has its own merits and demerits, and people tend to really abuse social media. Asomina puru puru.
Hey,
What's that?
what was that?
No, tell us it.
No,
I don't know.
we're outside.
Let me join you.
So yes, social media, its influence on cyberbullying, fake news, mental health issues. How much of an influence does social media have on all these things?
With social media, it has a lot. First of all, let's look at the anxiety and stress.
Okay.
And also confusion and disorientation. And lastly, distrust.
Distrust. Okay, take us through.
Okay, so with the anxiety and stress, are we starting from the fake?
Like wherever you want
Wherever.
to take it from. Yeah.
Okay, so with the anxiety and stress, we are looking at believing false information can cause unnecessary worry and fear. Let's say, for instance, there was a time where certain prophets would come out, prophesy that this celebrity will die, this person will die, this and this and this. Now, let's take social media aside. When you come to that person being talked about, the family, how would the family take it? So that is where anxiety and stress comes in, because I wouldn't be okay if a prophet sits on social media and say, sorry to say this, my sister or a loved one of mine will be dying. They say it to the extent of even giving a dated date. Say 11th June, this person will die. Then I'll be sitting there.
But is that not a good thing?
Is it a good thing?
I mean, if you are told the day, if I knew the day I would die, I mean, come on.
If you
3 days to the date.
Okay, so how would you feel if they tell you that someone very close to you will die on this set date? You'll be okay with it? Wouldn't you be stressed? Wouldn't you be nervous, scared, and all that?
Let's be honest, everybody's going to die.
That one we accept it, but don't let me know when I'm going to die.
You don't want to know?
No.
Something that people are praying for, you don't want to know.
No. Let me just wake up one day and I can't feel myself.
No, if you tell me I'm going to die, it's like you are quitting my life. You are putting my life on a hold.
So let's just say you go for a sleepover and it happens there.
It happens there.
What are you going to tell the angels? We are not even going to talk to God.
What's wrong with sleepovers?
Yeah.
We have holy sleepovers.
Hey.
We even have Bible dates now.
Yes.
Hey.
Christian dates and all that.
Yes, church dates. What is wrong with the sleepover and then I die there?
Hey.
At least for that one, I know I'm going to get a kiss on my forehead. Rest well.
Rest is saying, hey.
So
Sunday, I shocked.
Yeah, shocked.
I'm shocked. Yeah.
Wow.
And also, when we talk about the confuse and disorientation, exposure to contradictory fake news can lead to confusion and disorientation. And the major one, which is the distrusts. When repeated and repetition of fake news circulates around, it will be very hard for people on social media or people who depend solely on social media to have double doubts about an information. So even if a true information comes out, we would be doubting that information. Would be like the rate at which fake news spread is very rampant. So this one is obviously a fake news. So with that is the impact.
But before social media, or the high emergence of social media, weren't we experiencing all these things, especially fake news?
It wasn't on the rise.
It wasn't on the rise
Yeah.
as it is as at now.
As at
Okay.
now.
And looking at social media links us to a wider audience.
Yeah. Worldwide.
And with social media, good news doesn't spread faster,
Bad news.
but bad news does.
Wow.
Assuming you should insult the president right now, I bet you the followers you are going to get in the next
1
or
minute,
2
2 minutes.
hours,
Yeah.
simply because you said something bad.
So
That's it.
And now with even our phones, you can just sit in the comfort of your home and just type a gibberish and post it. We will have nonchalant people to take this information and be spreading. Whilst they don't even how would I say it? Check cross the information. They just take it and also post it.
And even sometimes with that, they don't say it as you have put it.
Yeah. They make it more
misinform you.
appealing.
And exaggerate the issue,
okay.
which I think is very bad and it's not helping.
For them, it's not bad for them because whatever caption they need to put out there to attract, because sometimes you just be scrolling on social media and you see a catchy headline, then you tap on it, you read.
That's
Different.
It's a different.
It's a different thing.
So you think that, I mean, everyone, especially let's say in journalism, the most important aspect of a news outlet is your headline.
Yeah.
So these people giving enticing headlines to possibly a contradictory message
Or story.
or story, you think it's
No.
No.
Once you're
It's
in
not
the
in the
media
right.
It's not
space,
good. In as much as you want the audience and then you want the viewership, the likes, the comments, and then the traffic on your page, that doesn't mean you should inform me. Whatever headline you put out there should align with the story.
yes.
You get my point? And if you are giving me such a headline, make it ambiguous or make it maybe attractive, just to make me read the story. If I see it next time again, I won't even tap on it because you've lost that credibility.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I believe that whatever headline should be credible, in as much as you have to frame it in a catchy way, it should be credible, it should be true, so that you can still have trust in your audience. And with that, if I tap on it and then it's saying a different thing altogether and it doesn't align with the story, you've lost me as an audience to even read your story or read any content coming from you. You've lost that credibility.
Okay.
And that is how it works in the media space.
Especially with our bloggers.
Yeah.
These bloggers who post a story and different thing altogether. I don't want to mention any blogger's name, but there's this one blogger who does that a lot. He would say a story or go and interview someone and bring a different headline altogether. There was a case where he interviewed someone, a celebrity, and said a different thing. The person had to come out under the post and say, this is not what I said. And you know Ghanaians, they wouldn't go back to watch the full video. The short clip you posted is what they would emphasize and bash you on.
Yeah.
They would insult you as if you are not human.
But with that, whose fault is it?
It is the fault of the blogger.
Let's see, I take a snippet of 30 minutes of what you said, which didn't contextualize the entire story or statement you were making. But there's a link under. So after watching and feeling, okay, there's a link, let me go and watch. You refuse to go and watch the whole thing. You based your judgment on what you just saw. Whose fault is that?
It is the fault of the blogger. This is not the fault of the one viewing it.
Really?
As a blogger, your sole duty is to bring credible information.
But this is not a lie. It's like, as you said, it's a video. The person said it. It's part of the entire conversation we had.
Sometimes, you see, say English language is a sort of English. It's people see it to be simple but very difficult.
Yeah.
Sometimes these people, someone will say something, but what the person said, they wouldn't state it categorically like that. But rather frame it in a more enticing way. Because hey, when I panic, I'm a member but it's a different understanding, a different context altogether.
So they add more adjectives.
Yes.
Let's assume I said, Regina, your head is big. Or Mary comes back and tell you that. Esnam said I should tell you that your head is very big.
Very.
Your
You
head-
added
your
very.
head is coconut.
Like
Yes,
coco. You see,
you have
not what.
added your own words in, and that is not what I said.
So I can even make the caption like coconut head Regina
You see.
by Isinam.
But
You go
that
and
is what
read
I
and
said.
yeah.
You get me? So,
So-
with that you
so
find me with fake news.
I even fed you with I wrote the actual truth
No,
in
but
the
that
story.
was-
Just
but that
go and
was
read
what
the
I said.
story.
That's not
I
what
said
she said.
vagina,
She just said my head is big.
It
She
was-
didn't say my
it
head
was
is
a
big
head-
like a
it was-
coconut.
And you
was a
added
headline.
more adjective.
It
to
was a headline.
With that,
Read the story and get the truth.
See, sometimes we have to, as you say, the impact on their mental health. We have to know that these celebrities or even a normal Ghanaian on social media is human, has blood flowing just like us. And what will be said to you, you are not okay with it. Don't say it to someone else, all in the name of likes and comments and followers. It is high time we focus on that. We always say that what are the measures to put in place to make sure that all these things are being avoided. You put in measures. I'm the one controlling my social media, not the government, not anyone outside. So it will boil down to the mentality also. So what I'm about to post, how would this person feel? How would Esinam feel? Esinam, how would you see there are instances, social media is being abused because there are instances where two people are in a room. This leaked videos that we see, it's someone who intentionally did that.
This what video?
Leak videos, leak videos we see about. Sometimes
What?
you see a lady
Leak is a broad word. Like leak of what?
a leak of explicit and nude items. Should I put it that way?
Items.
yeah,
Like
Pictures,
food.
videos,
nude pictures,
nude
and-
pictures.
Oh, I see. I mean, for clarity's sake. So
Okay.
There was a video which was circulating last week where a guy was on live, TikTok live actually, and the girlfriend was behind him, naked, wearing only a panty. And this girl had no idea the boyfriend was on live. So the moment she turned, she walked towards the guy with everything showing before she realized that she was on live.
but that guy didn't intentionally.
What? No. What? It's an intentional
But even
act.
if I want to do a video call, I check my room first.
You have to check your environment.
I
Is
need-
this environment safe for
When-
me to go TikTok live?
When the
You know,
guy.
for me, you can't call me video call like that. At least inform me 5
Yes.
minutes later before you
Yeah.
tell me you want to call me
Yeah.
on video call. You don't
Hey.
just get yes.
But video call is just part of another call. So
No.
okay, if I'm calling you
But
a
you
normal
can't-
call, should I call you to inform you or call you in 5
That
minutes?
is a
and before?
normal call, but here lies the case. You want to see the environment I am
The
in.
whole see
and my security is at stake.
Yeah.
the whole thing is that I think that we are misunderstanding the art of communication.
How?
See, it's just like someone saying, "Medemempe WhatsApp." There are some messages. I mean, the other for WhatsApp, I don't see it as official. WhatsApp is a means of communication. Whatever I can say to you on phone, I can equally say to you on WhatsApp.
So
It's-
you
yeah.
can just wake up one day we don't have that vibe, and you just call someone video call just like that.
What's that vibe? Do we have vibes where
we don't have that rapport?
Is there a particular vibe made for video calling?
Listen,
I'm listening.
I can't just call manager on video call.
Why?
Because whatever we need to talk about is official. And I don't see video call to be off unless we have a very extensive discussion that maybe I need to maybe show a PowerPoint or maybe a document.
That is why we have Zoom for work.
I can't just get up and then video call.
if no. Okay, whatever you want to tell manager. If you see him in person, can you tell him?
Oh yes, I can.
But you can't say it on video.
Why would I do that? What if he's in bed and then he hasn't woken up and his money
so listen, that is not a wrong thing to. If he's in bed and he can't answer, he can equally decline. But that doesn't make you calling him on video a wrong thing to do.
No,
it's a means of communication.
No, it's a wrong thing.
No, it's a means of communication. I agree with you, but you need to respect people's privacy.
Yeah, you can't just
some
wake
people
up
wouldn't like you to see where they are.
So just don't answer the call.
And you don't call me.
Why?
So for me, if you want to video call me, tell me at least 5 minutes later before you video call me.
This is interesting.
Unless you have that tight relation with that person.
And then you go and screenshot it and then make it go viral for something.
And you know one thing I like about Snapchat. When you screenshot a message, you video call something. You know
evidence
that this person screenshotted this chat. What are you using that screenshotted chat for?
I was actually having a chat with somebody here, and I didn't know Snapchat can actually
Snapchat
can actually verify that.
Snapchat
can verify that you screenshot someone. So I screenshotted the message and I was like, why did you do that?
Why did you delete that?
And I just had to delete it immediately because I was shy. No, but for the sake of privacy and the sake of security, if you want to video call somebody, pre-inform the person first.
What is that law? Who made that law?
No, it's not a law.
Humans make
so
law.
It just boiled down to you respecting people's boundaries.
Ha.
Yes.
How is calling you on video?
Oh, Mary. You can't call me on video call where we don't have that vibe. What if I'm naked?
Don't answer. That's the whole thing.
Even
a normal
call. You should pre-inform before you call. So, should
I pre-inform before I call a normal, not a video call?
That is different.
Normal call is different.
What is the difference here?
There's a difference.
Because the difference has to do with the video that maybe
and this is audio.
And I'm not maybe appropriately well. Manager, please, I need English breakfast.
This is GhanaTalks Radio, and it's getting heated here.
Manager, I need English breakfast.
See, I need your comments and your views on this particular topic we are discussing, because to me, I believe that video call is a means of communication.
It is a means of communication.
Letter writing is a means of communication. Voice notes is a means of communication, like all these things. So why do we put some in some category?
The whole thing about video call has to do with you seeing the person as in like face to face. And here lies the case, you can even screen record our conversation, and then
so the voice thing, I can't screen record.
Oh, you can.
But sorry, I can't record that.
But what I'm saying is privacy and security. So assuming somebody wants to attack me, and then you do a video call, it shows my location, where I am, and then the person can target me, and that is you putting my security at stake.
I remember
if I call you video right now, if I should call Reggie right now on video. How do you get to see where Reggie was for you?
So if I pass behind you, you think I won't see where Reggie
is? Are you going to? I am calling her on my phone. How do you get access to my phone?
Why are you making this long?
I'm not making it long.
But should be thought, security for security reasons, don't just answer any video call. Simple as that. You call me video call and I see that there's no sense in it as to why you are calling me video call. I'll even come to your DM and bash you. Don't you know the word privacy? Don't you even know the word to seek permission first before you do certain things? Especially when we do not have, as you said, that rapport, that vibe. We don't have that energy.
You know, there have been some cases. No, you know there have been some cases where people do video call and then they start showing their naked body, and then you, the one watching, will screen record it
and post
it. So meaning that you are involved in that act. How is that going to be on your reputation?
My reputation.
Yes.
First of all,
people know you to be a very respectable person.
So why
you have branded yourself, and then here is a video of you watching somebody's nudes. How would you feel? And it's gone viral. You're going to lose that trust.
See, what you do on video call should be classified on its own, whether appropriate or inappropriate. It doesn't make having a video call inappropriate. Like, that's where I want us to.
No one is saying having a video call is inappropriate.
See, even if I call you a normal call, voice call, let me put it that way, because video is also normal. Even if we are talking on voice, whatever we talk about, I can still record it. However viral I want it to go, it can still go. It's the same way with video. So what is the why are we making video call superior to the other means of communication?
It's a superior because I feel it's possess more information, more visibility, intruding into privacies and all that.
The intrusion is where I see. Even if you are calling me on voice and I feel like I don't want you to, or I don't want to talk where I am, I can still decline it. It's the same with video. If you think this call will invade your privacy, the person doesn't know that. Your privacy is your privacy.
But you should make sure that whoever you are calling is being made aware of his or her surroundings and environment before you call that person.
Okay.
That is why it would be appropriate. It would be something simple to just say, "Oh, are you available for a video call?" I'm not available. That's all. Yes, I'm available. You know, sometimes if someone calls on a video call, then you're in a rush to tidy up certain things. Like,
it still boils down to you as a person. One hour in your environment need.
and they made them move.
Exactly. I'm funny, but not from.
I was a fan.
So I don't want someone wanting to see my space.
Don't answer the call. It doesn't mean the person calling you is wrong for calling you.
Oh no, it's not wrong. That's not
okay. So then we understand that video call, a normal call, voice call, whatsoever.
It's not wrong, but for me,
there is nothing like privacy or
no. But
for me, that one I want.
If you okay, since you said video call, I've heard you.
It doesn't mean.
Hey, I know I heard you. You see, now if I want to discuss topics with you, I'll call you on video call. Don't worry. Next. Don't worry.
Cyberbullying.
But with the cyberbullying, we saw the interview Emilia Brobe had with Mami Sewa. That is an insensitive statement for someone to make, that she killed her mother for money.
Yeah.
That is bad, and that is cyberbullying to the extent of her even wanting to kill herself, and that is how bad it has affected her mental health.
Yeah.
So I think real action should be taken on this cyberbullying thing.
What do you think will be done about these things, or should be done?
An example is this guy. Is it Bongo Ideas?
Bongo Ideas.
He went to say something. Is it Kojo Forex? And then they took it. He said something bad about Kojo Forex, and then he was taken to court for defamation.
Oh wow!
That's it. I'll take you to court. I'll sue you. Give me evidence. You said I killed my mother for money. Give me evidence.
Yeah.
If you have videos, bring it out. Documents, bring it out. If you're not able to provide that, I will find you and you pay for it.
Yeah.
Because that is you causing damage to my mental health. I'm not having peace of mind. To the extent of me wanting to kill. Assuming now I'm dead. That's a future leader you've killed. Who knows? She could have been the deputy minister for gender and whatever.
For me, okay, you ready? Finish.
Okay, so with the cyber bullying, bullying.
Yeah.
Bullying.
The words I'm hearing today bullying.
Cyberbullying is the means where technology is used to harass, intimidate, or threaten others.
Yeah.
And what are certain ways we can adapt or adopt to make sure that these things doesn't have a toll on us? So first of all, I think it's media education. Education is very important. Most people do not know their impact of words on other people. So I feel that media literacy or media education should be given to all. These are the pros and cons of media. These are the do's and don'ts of social media. These are kind of certain information you are supposed to bring out, information you are not supposed to bring out. And also, even when we are setting up our accounts, we have something called is it sensitive information or sensitive message or something? It is being blocked by the account itself.
Okay.
Yeah, you can also bring that. And also, either you report or block. As we said, the media or the social media, it is in our hands. We are the one controlling it. We humans are the one controlling it. And also, it's your phone. So if you see that this person is having a negative aura, a negative vibe around this person, all you have to do is either report the account or block the account for the person not to have access to you anymore. But for how long would you continue blocking people? That is also the issue. You can't have that as a job, a side job you would be doing all the time. Small time, then you just block someone. Small time, then you just block someone. And also with that, I feel as we ourselves, there are times where we need to disconnect ourselves from the world of social media. Because of our mental health. We need to disconnect ourselves from the world of social media. No matter this, whatever I'm saying is a strategic way to make sure that all the cyberbullying and harassment is being stopped. But we know humans are one kind of first class animals who do not listen. So with that, you disconnect yourself from social media. Take a break once in a while. You shouldn't be on social media all the time 247. Someone can be on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram the whole day.
I send messages to people and then they reply immediately.
Fast.
Like, why?
Don't you have a life aside social media? Even we journalists who sleep on social media, at times we disconnect ourselves from social media. If you continue to say that social media is a day-to-day activities, it's part of our lives, but please, you have to consider your mental health. All boils down to our health. Let's say if you continue eating a particular food, let's say Indomie, because you feel that Indomie is your favorite food, you continue eating, not thinking about your health measures or your health tips or all of that. You want to be diagnosed with kidney or liver failure. So at times you have to take a break once in a while.
So adding on to the measures for social media, I think people need to be responsible of their online behavior. When you are commenting on somebody's post, I think you should assess yourself. You should think about it. This thing that I'm posting, what impact is it going to have on the person? People need to be responsible with how they comment and sometimes the words they put in together to comment on people's posts on social media. Because maybe there's a death post. They are posting about death, and you are so insensitive that you go and write something under it. Like, how do you expect the person to feel? So people should have a responsible online behavior. Whatever comments you are putting out there, or whatever caption or anything at all, story, message, think of it.
Okay.
What impact is it having on somebody? If somebody reads this, is it going to help the person? It's not going to help the person.
Okay.
So assess yourself.
Okay.
Think about the impact this message or the comment is going to give to somebody. And I think with that, it will help.
Okay.
Responsible online behavior.
All right.
And also, I feel some people should be used as a scapegoat to deter others from that sort
from
of
that
behavior.
behavior.
Let's use the lady who insulted our president, John Dramani Mahama. This sometimes it's not even all about social media, but the upbringing. Because I feel that there's no one who is brought up in a more respectful manner will just come online. Because of your 2 CDs, 3 CDs data, you insult an elderly person. Let's put the position aside of him being a president. This man is an elderly man, old enough to be your father. I will not disrespect you until you disrespect me. There's no way I'll come online to insult Isinam, to insult Omari, because I have big brothers, big sisters like you. So it all boils down to the upbringing also. So if these people, with this lady's own, she should have been severely punished, disciplined, to serve as a deterrent to others.
So if she has been let go like that, was
it would boost people to always do
To
it,
also
because
come out
me
and-
yakra
but yen kashe.
yen.
You see, we have insults, we have allegations. For allegations, you could be summoned to verify your allegation. But with insults, it comes with free speech. Don't we think
Then we are
going
abusing
to be
the free speech, because freedom of speech doesn't mean you go about insulting elderly people or you practicing your speech on young people, adults, and all that.
the whole thing here is me feeling how I want to use my social platform. Now, if you are not comfortable with it, you just leave. People are going to take it on a hard knock. If you are trying to regulate for them how they should utilize their social platform. For instance, there is a beer bar here, what we call beer bar, where people sell alcohol. We all know what these alcohol and these strong drinks does to people. Who is to be cautioned here? Are you going to tell me to stop my business because it makes people this and that? Or you are going to caution the person that if you think alcohol is not good for you, which we all know is not good for you, then don't drink it? Who should be cautioned here? So I feel in the same way, if you don't have the stomach for social media presence, don't venture. It's a social platform for a reason. People will have their opinions. People will have their suggestions, which in so many ways and on so many times are going to contradict with yours. So what do? You can't take it. You leave. You can't tell the person not to share their opinion. It's their platform. Probably what you're also sharing on your opinion, they don't like it. They can even decide not to like it, even though they like it. So if they say they don't like it, so you to stop, are you going to stop?
Okay, but what you are saying, in some aspects I would agree with you. In the other aspects, I would disagree with you. I would disagree with you in the sense that, fine, it's your platform, but that doesn't give you the right to use mean words, abusive words on someone. Fine, it is your platform, you can express your view, but make sure that the kind of expression of view you are given wouldn't have a negative impact on the one receiving it. You can give your opinion voidless of criticism. Just say your word as it is. Oh, that is it. There's no need for derogatory comments. There's no need for bad words, bad mouthing, and all that. I'll use X for an example. X is a platform where it is known for should I say abusive words. It is known for just say omo ti hono maji you can bad mouth omaji hu PhD and masters
intelligently.
So it is your platform, but
I once saw an insult on Dex, and the insult wasn't even the problem. It's how the person who was insulted accepted it. I realized one tia say what can someone be able say on the journey of wisdom, you are traveling with an empty luggage. And it was like, yeah, Charlie, they don't know.
Hey!
I was like, oh, really?
Is it that you don't understand the message?
So many people came into the comments and they were like, he missed the point. It was
at least
probably someone DM'd him to say, yeah. Then he came to quote the guy, was like, I'm traveling on empty luggage. How? I was so. That's why I love X. Like, people bring out the intellectual potencies in them in so many ways that.
See, but X is not for the weak.
It's not
see,
for
if you
the
don't
weak.
get high,
It's
if you
not
don't
for
have
the
height,
weak.
and if you don't psych your mind, see, you can't be there.
See, sometimes you just avoid certain things to avoid drama, because X is a platform where when the person says one, now boom, so can one. A lot of people will just come in, and I don't know where they get their words from.
I mean, people read.
People read a lot.
People
read.
Yeah,
for you to insult,
influences
that's you insulting someone to be a foolish person.
Yeah,
and you said it so
in a diplomatic way. The person thinks
literary devices, literature.
Still with us on Ghana Talks Radio. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Very soon we will be going in with the next segment of this show, which comes with the Health Matters with Dr. George. He's in, and he will be bringing us some very alarming educational content this morning. But before we go in with Dr. George, let's look at the next topic, which I think is essentially very, very, very important to us as a youth, as a people. And I call it the social currency, the human currency, which has to do with building connections. For let me get the topic right so that I wouldn't miss.
Building a career through strategic connections.
See, and we won't spend much time on this, but I believe there's something that everyone should really take very serious.
It's actually supposed to be a habit you should cultivate.
Like, there are people who actually believe that what you can gain from knowing someone is way higher than what you can gain from the qualifications you have. And time has proved this statement very right. People have gained wealth, success, name it,
jobs,
through connections.
And even husbands.
Hey.
Yes.
It's true. I mean, these politicians, most of their wives get pastries contracted, no, just because their husband is an MP or whatsoever. I know why AC really wants to marry a politician. But I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. What's my peace of mind, though?
Honestly speaking, building a social currency, connection, a healthy connection, strategic connection for a successful career, or it shouldn't only even be a career, but I mean for a successful life. What are some of the things that you think we should accompany ourselves with in achieving this goal?
Would you go?
Okay, so that is a practical thing I always do in my life, so I would use that as an example.
Okay.
So first of all, identifying key players. Let's use our media space, for example.
Okay.
Maybe you look up to certain people. Make sure that whatever even if it's not like copying them per se, but you look up to them.
Okay.
There are certain times your strength wouldn't be enough. You need other people's support. That is where role models or people we look up to comes in. Yeah, and also it's very essential to be attending networking events.
Okay.
Whatever space you find yourself in terms of business, that is the kind of programs you need. Some people will be like, oh, I know they're who in here, I can do it on my own. But when you go to such programs, that is where you see big people you can connect with.
Okay.
You can get contact, and by so doing, if you are good, these people can also link you to certain opportunities. But people do not see the need as to why to connect with other people. And also using our social media, should I say, positively and wisely.
Okay.
Use the social media to the extent that it would yield results to you yourself.
Okay.
You can definitely, these key people or influential people are on social media. You can also connect with them there.
How do I connect with them?
You can follow them on all social media
I'm
handles.
following someone
So I
that
think
really
it goes
connect.
to personal branding.
Okay.
How you are able to brand yourself.
Okay.
So let's take LinkedIn as an instance.
Charlie, that side, it be lies.
Lies.
LinkedIn.
You are able to connect with people and then
I-
get jobs.
Like,
through
I mean, yeah, it's true. I get you. But I mean, there are people who are. I know someone who is actually an attorney general on LinkedIn, but in real life, I mean, he's your channel.
I'm branding.
So it is personal branding, but with the personal branding, I feel it should be genuine. So what if you post that you're a CEO of this firm, whereas you are not a CEO, and someone connects with you? Oh, I've seen that you're a CEO, this and this and this. Maybe I'm bringing a business opportunity. With that, you've missed big time because it's a lie. You are faking.
You're faking. So I think it should be credible.
Okay. But it doesn't mean that LinkedIn is fake always. I'm just saying that most of the profiles we see there are not really what we see. But it's a platform that you can really build a brand for yourself.
Yeah. So success is not only about your certificates, your qualification, or what you can do. Sometimes it's about who you know.
Yeah.
It's about connections, building network. So as Regina said, go to seminars.
Okay.
Meet with people.
Okay.
Hear from them as well. Their success story, how they were able to, because it's a broad way.
Smooth.
It's not a straight way to success. You can use so many narrows to, so many ways to be successful.
Okay.
And which one I think is networking. Build connections with people.
Now, our time is very limited on this because we need to get into the second. But I want your opinions on something very critical.
Okay.
How do I approach someone I want to connect with if I should meet a person? Like first appearance counts, right? So
it boils down to personal branding.
Okay. I've attended a seminar. I've seen. Let me put this man out here because I really admire him, Randy Abbey. I really admire him. His brand, his intellect, and his way of commanding his shows as a host. He is almost like mentor to me, but he doesn't even know me personally. I'm watching him from afar. I'm admiring him. I meet him in person. I want to connect with him. What should be my first approach?
So I think the first thing you should do, from my perspective,
From your perspective.
Point of view.
you should be confident as much as possible.
Okay.
In as much as the nervousness, and then
The
be
anxiety,
yourself.
the-
Genuinely,
Don't make it seem like you are shy. You don't have that confidence.
when it happens like that, it looks as if you don't know what you want.
Okay.
So be confident as much as possible.
Okay.
And with what Virginia said, personal branding.
Okay.
Personal branding also comes with your outlook. Definitely, you want to be addressed how you are being dressed. So your outlook matters.
Okay.
Communicate well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe on a friend, not you guys are not friends,
Yeah.
but don't make it too chin
Yeah.
like that. So maybe, hey, I met you, blah blah blah, and I'm inspired. I want to hear about your story. How did you make it? And then that's how it goes.
Okay.
And maybe you tell him this is what you also want to venture. No, exchange of card.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
So communicate well.
Wow.
It all boils down to communication. I believe if you know what you want, you
Yeah.
communicate well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Shasha
superb.
said
Yeah.
all.
She said it all.
Yeah, Shasha said it all.
Yeah.
And also, as she said, communicate well.
Okay.
You would communicate well, but the most important thing is nurturing a relationship with these people.
Okay.
Communication and nurturing a relationship is two different things altogether.
Wow.
Yes.
Take me through the nurturing.
So I think it
Just
has,
2 minutes.
let me help you.
Help me,
So
right?
it has to do with consistency.
Okay.
And you say like, I only get to talk to you when I see
When you
you.
need something, when you
Even
need,
outside the
yeah.
box,
Yeah.
you can bring up maybe issues outside your profession.
Okay.
Oh, what's your opinion on this? What do you think? With that, you are building a mutual beneficial relationship.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it has to do with consistency.
Wow.
How consistent is your communication with the person?
Okay.
And just say, if I see you today, that's when I get to talk to you.
And when you
then when
need
we-
something, that's when
before
you
you
get
come
to
back.
talk
It
to
shouldn't
the
be
person.
like that.
Oh, wow. I'm really educated this morning by these insights both ladies have shared on the show. This is where we will end the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We will be heading straight into your health matters with Dr. George in a short while. Thank you once again, ladies, for blessing our audience this morning with such an insightful aspect of life that will go a long way in securing success for so many people, and each and everyone who listened to us this morning. If you are going to put this education into practice, I bet you a year from now, 5 years from now, you will say, oh wow, I listened to this from these ladies on this platform and it has really helped me and brought me this far. Thank you once again, ladies. And Regina, thank you very much. I would love to have you much more times on my show, because I've really seen that you have what it takes to, cyber bullying. Yeah. So we will go and come back.
To amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
Koko Nikosi, alo komi keshito.
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
Yes, so we are back here on Ghana Talks Radio, still with us on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, and this is a Health Matters edition with the one and only Dr. George Nagili. Doc.
Yeah, Omari.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you doing, please?
I'm good, yourself?
Can't complain much, but you know, it was independence yesterday.
Yes.
Are we really independent?
Well,
This
that's
is
a big
Ghana
question.
Talks
Big
That's
question.
a big question. In my opinion,
Yeah.
I think we can somewhat say we are independent,
Okay.
but on reality, we are still not yet fully independent.
Okay.
We still deny on. I mean, we still rely on foreign aids. You look at our debts. You see that we are still owing a lot of countries.
We owe them.
We owe them. So
entirely.
if you owe somebody, the person owns you invariably. So yes, we claim we are independent, but
in reality,
we are not there yet. But we'll get there. There is hope.
Hey.
I believe
68 years, we are not there yet. So how many more years?
there is hope. There is maybe 100 years.
Yes, we will get there, as Dr. George puts it, and today he will get us into some healthy matters as well. You see,
Yeah.
Doc is,
Yeah.
with the health matters.
I can't.
Doc,
Yeah.
what are we looking at today?
Today, the focus is on drug abuse.
Yes,
It's as
I've
simple
actually
as that.
seen you champion. Hey, he has influence. The Stop Red campaign. I mean, it's hitting people. I've seen it take over since Tuesday. About wow, kudos. I mean, we see what you are doing, and
Very
we
important.
really, we commend you for that.
Yes. So today we just be talking about drug abuse amongst the youth. And then probably after that, I'll give a few medication tips. I'm a pharmacist, so I can't live without dropping a few tips with regards to the use of medication. So yes, today the focus is on drug abuse.
Okay.
Yes, among the youth. This is not a new topic, or this is not a new conversation that almost every year something comes up. And then last year was about how the youth abuse glues and they sniff glues and super glues.
I mean, who actually comes up with all these things?
Why?
Like who will sit and say, if you sniff glue, it will make you high?
People experiment. People experiment. Maybe by accident, they were doing something with the glue. By accident, they sniff it and they realize that there is something. There's some form of highness here, and so let me explore here. You see, and then he moves, and then it becomes a thing. So yes. Last year was glue. We talked about it, and I think this year so far. We've not heard anything with regards to glue, so I'm assuming that. I mean, to a large extent, the youth have stopped using that.
Okay.
But now it is red. Now it's red.
What
is
is
red? Red. Red is a drug, right? That is tramadol, invariably. High dose tramadol. Yes. So it comes in about 250 strength of 250 milligram. It comes in strength of 225 milligram.
Wow.
Right. So tramadol. So
Wow.
225 milligram. 250 milligram, and sometimes even 125 milligram. Right, and that is a high dose tramadol. So the guys are abusing these particular drugs. So that is basically what red is about. Tramadol, and it's so. I mean, I can go ahead with.
Yes, please. You can
So in Ghana, tramadol in itself as a drug is an analgesic. When I say analgesic, it's a painkiller.
Okay.
Right. So painkiller that if the paracetamols are not working, diclofenacs are not able to, manage the pain. We go to a higher form of painkillers, right? So of which tramadol is a part of. We call them opioid drugs, opioids.
Okay.
So tramadol is there. We have betadine. We have morphine, right? Yeah, they are all drugs that are there. So what they are meant for is to manage pain. That is it. So in Ghana here, the FDA
Yeah.
that has licensed only 50 milligram of that tramadol.
Only 50 milligrams.
50 milligram and 100 milligram. So 50 milligram and 100 milligram of the drug, right?
Wow.
So Ghana here, anything or any tablet or capsule of tramadol that is above 100 milligram is not legal in the country.
Really?
So what am I doing? I'm trying to say that the 250 milligram, the 225 milligram, or the even 125, they are not allowed in the country. They are illegal medications in the country. So
no, before you move
yes.
They are illegal.
Exactly.
In the country.
Yes.
It shouldn't be in the country.
It shouldn't be in the country, yes.
But we have them in the country.
Yeah, we have them in the country.
How come?
So that is a big question. That is a very, very, very big question that we need to throw to our regulators,
Okay.
Right? So one, how are these drugs getting to the country? Recently, we saw the BBC expose. I think last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, that talked about the fact that some Indians companies are flooding our market and then the Nigerian market with these opioids and I mean, yes, trapentadol and all that, and tramadol and high dose tramadol and all that. And the sad thing is, they are importing these drugs like openly. It's not like they are hiding it. You see, that's the danger. They are able to import large volumes or large amounts of these drugs into the country without no scrutiny from the ports and then from the regulators, right? So this is where we need to look at how are they importing it, how are they getting the drugs into our markets. That is one.
Yeah. So
it just tells you that we have somewhat a porous system when it comes to the importations, right?
Yeah.
We have a porous system. Meanwhile, the rules are there, the laws are there, right? So it means we are not enforcing the laws enough, or we are not being proactive with the laws enough, right? So that is one. Two, now it's on the market. Who are those selling it?
Okay.
Who are those distributing these drugs? Right. And I can say that from the various social media posts that I've made, the imports I'm getting, I've had DMs of people showing me, go here, go to Medina, go to this ghetto here. This person sells it.
Wow.
Yes.
How do they get access to all of this?
Yes. Come here, go here. These people sell it, this ghetto. They are telling me that, and some people even told me that some pharmacists sell it. But for that one, I'll come to that.
Yeah.
Right. So who are those selling these drugs? So first of all, I would implicate, right? I'll implicate these chemical shops.
Okay.
And these drugstores, right? Chemical shops and drugstores have become a problem in a way, so to say, right? Well, they originally they are designed to serve a very, very unique and important purpose.
Okay.
They are meant for areas that are limited with or deprived of pharmaceutical care, right?
Okay.
Areas with limited pharmaceutical care. So let's say villages that we can't build a pharmacy there, that we can't get a pharmacy there. Rural areas, typical rural areas that we can't get a pharmacy there. We allow, Pharmacy Council allows these drugstores to operate, and these drugstores are operated by trained over-the-counter sellers or licensed over-the-counter sellers. They are not pharmacists. Let's get this right. Some people go to the drugstore, see anybody there, and refer to them as a pharmacy. There's a difference between chemical shop and a pharmacy.
Okay.
Now the chemical shop is being managed by a licensed over-the-counter seller.
Okay.
They receive some training from the Pharmacy Council and they are licensed to handle chemical shop. And this shop is limited with regards to the drugs that they sell.
Wow.
They can't sell antibiotics.
Okay.
They are not supposed to sell antibiotics. They are not supposed to sell some analgesics or some painkillers like opioid analgesics.
Yeah.
Tramadol doesn't have anything to do with chemical shop. Tramadol is not supposed to be sold there.
Wow.
Petidine is not supposed to be sold there. Morphine is not supposed to be sold there. In fact, injections are not supposed to be handled in a chemical shop. Or
Really?
drugstores. Yes,
But people are aware of this.
they know.
Oh, okay.
Of
Honestly,
course.
if it wasn't for today, I didn't know. I didn't even know there was a difference between a chemical shop and
okay,
a
yes,
pharmacy.
yes. So this one, I want to make it. I want to drum it
Yeah.
into the minds of
Yeah.
Ghanaians. So there is a difference between chemical shop and a drugstore.
Yeah.
You go to a chemical shop and they are serving you antibiotics. You should question them. Where are you getting your antibiotics? You are not supposed to sell antibiotics in a chemical shop, drugs or drugstore.
Yeah.
What are they doing there? You see,
Yeah.
these we have class A, class B, class C drugs. We have different classes of drugs. Theirs is over the counter medications. So the hematinics can be sold there, the normal analgesics can be sold there, supplements can be sold there, right? But they don't have anything to do, any business to do with injections, any business to do with the strong, analgesics, right? Opioid analgesics. They don't have any business to do with that. But in Ghana here, some chemical shops even stock more than pharmacies. I'm telling you,
Everything you want, you could get for
you
it.
enter a chemical shop, and then it's like a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like a pharmacy. They treat any kind of condition. Even a pharmacy does not treat all conditions.
Wow.
Right. So this is the problem we have in the country. So they have become hubs. Some of them have become hubs for selling these illicit drugs. Right. Or some have become hubs for promoting drug abuse.
That's serious.
Yes.
Do you think they are doing it intentionally or it's just out of ignorance?
It is money. They know their thing is killing the kids, but because
for
of
the
the
sake
money,
of their money.
yes, they need to get the money. Those who are importing this gun know that this thing is killing. During the BBC expose,
yes.
is it a man,
Yeah.
the Indian man? He
Yeah.
mentioned the fact that these drugs are harmful to the health. But now it is business. He mentioned it explicitly. He said it. He was so clear. So he knows that the thing is dangerous. The thing is killing the youth. But because of the money, and they make a lot of money. These drugs are expensive.
Wow.
Right? They make a lot of money. So yes, the chemical shop have become hubs.
Doc.
Yeah.
Before we move on, and I know you are in the health sector, so you know all these things. Who is responsible for the regulation of drug importations into our country?
You've asked me $1 billion question. all right. So you see, when it comes to things with drugs or medications or medicines, the FDA and the Pharmacy Council are the bosses or the champions or the regulators of these medications or these things. Importations, FDA is the one in charge.
Okay.
Right. So yes, FDA. When it comes to the importation of drugs, FDA.
Yeah.
When it comes to regulation of pharmaceutical services in the country, Pharmacy Council, the Ghana Pharmacy Council.
Okay.
Right. So this drugstore and drug this one.
Yeah.
Drug chemical shop that I'm talking about, they are regulated by the Pharmacy Council. Right. So they give them the license to operate and they regulate them according to the Health Professions Bodies Act. Okay. That is the law we deal with. At 857. That is the law we move with. Okay. Yes. It gives them the mandate or the power to regulate these facilities. Okay. But importations is FDA. Okay. So when the expose came, FDA released a very long communique, right? Or press release, talking about the fact that they've actually arrested some people in the past with regards to this. This drug is not. They've mentioned that it's not registered by them, and they've been chasing people. They've done a lot according to their report. They've actually done a lot. I wish I could read it. It's a long thing. Okay. Yeah. So according to them, they've done an extensive job.
That's according to them.
Yes. Okay. And then with the new expose, they are going to revoke the licenses of the pharmacies involved, or the the entities involved. So that is what they are doing.
But if they are responsible for, in the first place, importation of these drugs into this country, are they telling us that they didn't, how should I put it, inspect the drugs which were coming before they got here?
This question you're asking. All right. You see, they cannot outrightly or 100% exempt themselves from some of these things. Because there are people at the port. Right? I say immigration, the SEPs. They are there, right?
And they are responsible for inspecting these things.
FDA is also there at the port. So all these things, before a container moves, if it contains a drug or anything chemical, you are supposed to, ascertain the fact that this thing is registered, is allowed in this country before it moves out. But the thing moves out regardless. How are they moving out regardless? How are they coming into the country? So I read their communique. I read their press release. Fine, they've done an extensive job. But the eyes on the ground. How do I put it? How do I put it? We want groundwork.
Exactly.
What is going on? You've mentioned good things. Fine, but what is going on?
But
what is the current
even with this? Don't you think that we are actually fighting this cause from the wrong direction? Because in the first place, these drugs are imported. They are not made here, produced here, right? So they are imported. We have an entire ministry or body responsible for the regulation of importation of drugs, whether they are legal or illegal on our grounds as a country. So if these drugs find its way into the country, who should be fought?
That's what I'm saying. That this one, the blame should go straight to FDA.
Exactly.
The blame should go straight to FDA. The blame should, some part of it as well should go to Pharmacy Council.
Sure.
Yes. I was talking about how the people get the drugs. So I've mentioned how chemical shops have become a hub for sharing or distributing of some of these drugs. Two, the second one is this station boys, this Garo boys, the Guru boys in the lorry stations and in the ghettos. Oh, of course. They low key share. Somebody sent me a message. So Medina, they move the drugs around. Yes.
Really?
Yes, they move the drugs around. And there are some people, they've made themselves, they've conferred upon themselves doctors, like they are their own doctors. So they've gone to, I don't know where they got this one from. They sell all kinds of drugs, including these ones. And then they've been lying to the kids. They've been lying to the youth. You know, the dangerous thing is some of these people that we allow on our radio stations as well. And then some TV stations as well. They come on TV stations, they come on radio and tell you that I have a drug that can help you, treat yourself, erectile dysfunction. It makes you last long in bed. It gives you energy. You can work for long hours. You can do this, Waist pain is gone. Back pain will be gone. And all those people. You go into it and it is these drugs that they are marketing like that.
Really?
Yes. Wow. So, you know, it's a pain medication. It's a painkiller. So when they give it to you and you have pain, they give it to you, the pain will go. But aside the pain going, it will give you some euphoria. It will give you that highness and that you feel fine, you feel good.
Wow.
So without your knowledge, you become addicted because you want more. You want to always feel good. You want to always be high.
Wow.
You see, so sometimes the people unintentionally become addicted in the bid of trying to treat their conditions. You see, that is what happens. You know what tramadol does, right? Some of these, what they do is that when you start taking them in the beginning, they make you last. they have this effect of delaying ejaculation.
Oh, okay.
Right in the beginning, you see, and that is what these people exploit.
I mean, why is he laughing and smiling? when the long-lasting thing.
Oh, relax. Let me go. The laughter will turn into frowning. But you see, in the long term, in the long term, what this drug can do to you as a guy is that it will reduce your testosterone level. Testosterone is a hormone that makes us men.
Okay.
You see, that's what brings the features. That's what helps with your erection and all those things, right? It reduces the level, and when it's reducing, it means that your erection too will be affected.
Wow.
You see, so in the beginning you are able to go long hours, and all of a sudden you are just like a walking vegetable. You see, so you see a lady, you can't do anything because you've killed yourself with drugs. That is what happens. You see, and so they market these things to the youth, and then the youth too, they take it, they see the effect a couple of times, and they keep. It's an addictive drug, so they keep going for it, and they become hooked up onto it, and then that's it. That's the end. It takes a whole lot of effort for them to be weaned off this particular drug, or for them to be free of this medication. Yes.
What are some of the effects that these drugs have on the human body?
So the first one is what I've mentioned. As a guy, it will drop your testosterone level, right, in the long term, right. The second thing is that it gets you addicted because it's an addictive drug. It has addictive tendencies. So when you're addicted to a drug, in fact, when you're addicted to anything, first of all, it's dangerous. And when you're addicted to this drug, one, if your life is moving on 100, it drops you to like 20 or 10.
Wow.
What I mean is that you become less productive. Your mind and your whole life is working to just get that drug. So however you manage, however you try and get money to buy that drug, you do it. So you can become a criminal. You can become a thief because you want money to and with your condition nobody will employ you. So you end up stealing. So you see some of these ghetto boys, we see some of these people we see, and they boldly take knife and stab people without, because they are looking at, they see you like some foul. They don't see you, they want their money, so they don't care, and they get the money straight to the drug. And these sellers see these young guys, they come there every day, in a day. See, there was a comment I saw on one of my posts there, and then the guy says he lives at an area, or in an area that has someone selling these drugs, right? He said he can sit there and see one particular guy go and come like 5 times in a day. Wow.
Just for the drug?
Yes, just for the drug.
Is he buying for some people, or he buying for himself?
He's buying for himself. Hey. So he said he can sit. I wish I had a screenshot of this thing. This comment. I'll look for it.
Yeah.
I'll look for it. He says he can sit there and see one particular guy go up and down. So he comes and buys it, and then he goes back. When the thing leaves the body, then he looks for money and come again. So imagine you're coming there 5 times. Let's say just the drug is just like 50 cedis. Just let's say 50 cedis. Yeah. And then 5 times, that's like 250 cedis. Yeah. Hey. Every day 250 cedis. Where are you going to get that money every day? And a month, calculate. So they have no option than to become criminals on the street. And that is why when we are championing this cause, everybody must be involved.
Everybody must be
involved. Because see, you may think you are not abusing it, but it will affect you one way or the other.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
Yeah.
They will meet you on the road, they will quash you. They will meet you on the road, they will stab you. They want to snatch your car to go and sell. They want to snatch your phone to go and sell. And when they take your phone, they go and sell it 100 cedis, 200 cedis, very expensive phone, they go and sell it cheap. Just because they want something to just go and get the drug. They don't care about they just want the money to get the drug. You see, that is how how dangerous the use of this medication or these drugs are. You see, so if you are moving forward, the drug drags you back
drastically.
That is what
because,
happens.
I mean, 5 times a day.
Yes.
Going to the same place.
So
you don't have any other thing to do aside just.
See, your life, your whole life. If you are a businessman, your business will go down. If whatever you are a student, your academics will suffer for it, because now your life, you have just one goal: get the drug, get high, and be happy. That is it.
Hey.
You become less productive. That is what happens.
It's like you digging your own grave.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
And aside that, too, health wise, it affects you. First of all, your mental health is gone when you're on some of these drugs. Right, your mental health is gone. You don't get the drug, you feel like the world is coming to an end. Right, withdrawal symptoms. You feel like your world is, you want it. You are shivering. You want the drugs, right? And then you yes. Basically, your kidneys suffer, your liver suffer. You are taking these drugs, these high dose of drugs. Your liver is what metabolizes these drugs. You are giving it too much work.
Wow,
too much work to do. That is basically what happens. And you see, you are digging your own grave. Your kidneys will suffer, your liver will suffer. You see, your heart will suffer for it. Your brain, the brain cried here. The brain is suffering the most, because that is where the highness and everything. You know, these drugs block pain receptors, right, in the brain, right? They block pain receptors, and that is how it works. So that you don't feel, you become numb, you don't really feel the pain. That is way. And there's a receptor as well, what we call the mu receptor. This receptors is what, when it's excited, that is what gives you the highness and euphoria and all that. So as for you, constantly you are just worrying the brain. And what happens is that when you start with one tablet today, and then every day you take one tablet, after a week or two, or maybe a month or two, the one tablet will not give you the same high again. You become tolerant.
Wow.
The one tablet will not give you the same high again. So you'd have to move to 2 tablets. Then you become tolerant. Then you have to move to 3.
Wow.
Like that. You are dying slowly. Yes.
Look,
that is what is happening.
The championing of this fight, where does it lie? Who should, take it upon themselves to?
Okay.
Because this is becoming more of a national disaster, like it's a national threat.
Yes. We are in serious crisis.
Because we are looking at our future leaders. Yeah, 32 million pay.
Future leaders who are hooked
on drugs.
On red.
Omo ye red crown or mutumi fa table to tubo parliament.
So imagine a red candidate.
No, we are sitting on a time bomb.
So you see about the regulations. Let me talk about some of the other possible causes.
Okay.
Another thing too is that, okay, let me stay on health professionals before I go to the social aspect.
Okay.
Health professionals. Yeah. So Pharmacy Council, the regulation with chemical shops and all that. That is one. And we pharmacists, yes, we the pharmacists or the healthcare professionals. You see, when you come to my pharmacy, when you come to where I work, across all our branches, we know the rules, right? The rules are that before you sell any opioid to anybody or to a client, the client must come with a valid prescription. Not just a prescription, a valid prescription. Stamped, doctor's name, everything there. Right. So this is the rule. If someone comes and says that I want tramadol, saying by mouth I want tramadol, the rule says come with a prescription.
Yeah.
Without a prescription, don't serve.
It's
as simple as that. Or this one is difficult.
No.
It's as simple as that. When we abide by the rules, strictly by the rules, we can also play a major role in keeping this or reducing this crisis. Someone comes to your pharmacy So the boys level in the pharmacies should just drop.
Okay.
The my auntie is a doctor.
Yeah.
My brother is a doctor. My sister is a doctor. My auntie is a nurse. She says I should buy it. Drop, or if your brother is a doctor,
He should
write the
write the
prescription
prescription.
and bring it. It's as simple as that.
Wow.
You see, when we start obeying these are the rules we have with our profession.
Yeah.
When we start obeying, going by these rules, it will reduce.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
it will reduce. It will play a major role in reducing some of these
Wow.
effects.
Wow.
Now, the other thing is how we have to, as much as possible, make this trend of drug abuse and this trend of smoking and drinking, we have to make it look not nice. no. Omari, what I'm saying see, it's very, very true. The thing has become like a flex.
Exactly.
So you see the guy in a music video, in a video,
Yeah.
hey, when him red.
Eh?
You see the I don't know whether you watched the guy who brought the Unim red trend. The guy in a video, hey, Unim red. So you see that there is some prestige and some honor
in this thing.
Hey, Unim red. Meaning, if you don't know where they like, you don't know anything. Okay, job. You see the thing. So we have to make the drug usage. We have to drum it in the heads of every Ghanaian youth that it is not a flex.
Yeah.
It is nowhere near a flex. You destroying yourself is not a flex.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that. You see, let's put it. Let's make it not nice. You get it.
We should shame them.
Yes. Oh, no, not shame them in a way, but let's not make it like, oh,
It's a flex.
It's
like
a flex.
something that you can boldly do
Oh,
and proudly
no.
show
drug
it off.
abuse, drug use, drinking and smoking is not a flex. Nobody sees it as a flex. Let's make it known, right?
Yeah.
Right now, you go to pubs, you go to places, and you want to just relax and chill. You go to beach that you want to just let me just relax, feel the breeze. You see the boys coming,
the smoke.
boys coming with this there's
The shisha pots.
no, they come with this thing. They have some bobi, and then they have some drugs things aligned around it. Then they come and stand by you. And if you are somebody who smokes or takes the drugs, you know that okay, you have some. So they distribute this one. I've seen it myself, and this one I've seen it myself. Labadi.
Wow.
I've seen it myself. You see, you go to the beach and people, boys are coming, and you see that they have the thing carrying. Hey, what's up? If you are somebody who does some of those things, you know that you get the link and you buy. You see, it has become so normal that you go to a pub or something and then they are blowing shisha there. You know what I mean? It's like flex. Yeah, we are balling. That thing we have to make it not nice, honestly. And then another thing that we are so not concentrating on, but it's actually a big contributing factor.
Yeah.
It's the kind of music videos and the kind of songs we listen to.
Wow.
And the lyrics of the songs we listen to. You see, songs are like gateway to your soul.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, they are telling you smoking is normal.
Yeah.
So you see that the Unim Red trend, it's coming with a particular song. I don't want to mention.
Oh, okay.
The videos that the producer is playing.
Yeah.
If we can hear some of the songs in the videos, you see that it's coming with a certain kind of song. That means a certain kind of song, right?
The video will be played very soon for all of us to watch. Wow, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So become like I don't know how to put it, like a jargon nowadays. one line beer as a no chill.
Yeah.
So if this red thing becomes the jargon of a particular song,
Oh yes.
look at the influence it's going to have.
There's a song that comes with it. There's a song that comes with it. So when I posted that stop promoting red in your songs.
Yeah.
You are part of the problem. And the person that created that song came and commented under my post. Is on Twitter. And you know what? You know what he did?
No.
He just placed a link to the music
To the music there.
This is serious.
I saw it, but I just.
So he's just thinking about
The streams and I really care about you.
Whoa.
If you want to destroy yourself, I really care about you. They don't care.
Look,
I wish you could hear the song that is playing.
that's a school girl.
So it has become a trend. It's a trend. It's a trend now.
Ha.
It's a trend now.
Oh, this is serious.
It's a trend now. It's a trend.
Hey, you worry yourself like this. Oh.
Look at the man. So, Doc, if a person gets into this thing, like where? Cloud.
This place they are so happy, so that they are smiling. It's like the joy. You see,
Paradise.
you don't know. It's this feeling is higher than what the feeling you get when somebody sends you momo. It's higher than.
Then it's strong.
It's higher than. That is why they want to take. That's why they want to get it. So you see, I always say that if you are not someone who use drugs, please don't start.
I wish producer DJ Rock, please can I get the song the background music, because I want to hear the winning rate. So, so the title of the song is
I don't know the title of the song, but it's one of the Asaka Boys their song.
Ha!
It's one of the song. That's the song that they are. That's the song.
This is interesting. Is it? Doc, I'll make this request, this plea to you. I think the medical body, the pharmacy, but the should petition a ban against this song.
Oh, you see, it's this one will be difficult.
It will be difficult.
Yeah, it will be difficult because it's the musicians too, one way or the other. He can tell you that he's actually championing a cause against the use of drugs.
How?
Yes, because that's what when I made the request, that was what they were saying. They were telling me that this song that Red has been there a long time. This song is just trying to put highlights on it, and then so that people will stop. People become aware and stop. So you see, they can play around it. Yeah, they can play around it. See, 225. It's a trend now. It's a trend now. But I hope with our campaign, people will.
Look. Shit. Oh God. This is poor. Like, I'm worried. And everyone should be worried. Everyone should be worried this morning. If you're actually listening to us and watching this footages on our screens, because this is what is going on in society now. This is what is going on in society now. wow, our future leaders, school children, and no. I think the stakeholders of the nation should take a step, because they have the majority of the machinery to fight this cause.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they should step in.
Yeah. So some of the causes. Let me mention some more of the causes.
Yes,
where
please.
sometimes too, people take some of these drugs because of their problems, right?
Okay.
So problems, the kind of things they are going through. Some people are going through really difficult times, and they want to just take something to forget. To forget the things the problems they are going through.
Will the forgetting of the problem take the problem away?
It doesn't. So you just feel high, forget it. It's transient. It just after some time the problems comes
back.
People are frustrated, especially in a country like this. People are frustrated. People are depressed. Unemployment is high. People are looking for ways to make it. It's not happening.
High cost of
You see,
Yeah.
so things are not going on well for people. So they just let me just drink alcohol. Let me just take some drugs. Let me just try to forget my predicament. You see, and that is what leads them some of them into some of these things, right? Which shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
Some to is all idleness. They are just home. They are not busy. So I mean, the devil will find work for you. You see. So that is also one of the. So get busy.
See,
as a human being, get busy.
This thing Doc is saying, it's one. Back then, there was this guy that the guy loves alcohol. Like you always see, young guy. If you see the guy, I used to call him Ajit. Fresh guy, fine complexion, everything. Could you? And like, I never saw the guy sober even for once. So one time we were having this construction thing, and he came as a laborer, and with that he was always sober. And when he's sober, he's very hardworking. So during the break time, I just called and was like, "Hey, could you?" Now when he dawa out to me, you say na, yeah, where on some, and he told me point blank, say, Chief, say ye juma ya, okay, see a be high and walk what's not be able to say yes.
That's the thing.
And I was like,
that's the thing.
I asked him now, I can.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So when they are not busy, you are idle. The devil will find work for you.
Yeah.
You see, you start going to be a bar, you start playing. Is it draft?
Yeah,
draft, right? And then you drink. It just starts from there, small.
Yeah.
You know. So yes, how people are so idle, and then there is no employment, there's no job. Some of them are frustrated, and they tend to take some of these drugs and then drink alcohol and all that, right? So those are also factors. Some too is just curiosity. I want to try it and see. People are talking about red. What is this red? Let me try it and see.
And that's the reason behind my plea for a suspension or a ban on that song, because probably someone hasn't even heard of this red before. And I'll be frank, I've never heard of this red before until you started the campaign. I don't know what it was. I just read there, what is it? So I read about all that you've been, but I was like, okay, so this is it. And if I'm curious, let me try it and see.
Curiosity, and then they tend to. They tend to. But there's hope. There's hope, because I've seen that people are interested in doing the right thing. People are exposing areas that they are doing that.
Okay.
I've had someone reach out to me, say that, oh Charlie, this thing they saw some bagusho.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Well, that's
Yes.
a positive impact.
That's whoever it is. If you are listening to us this morning, God bless you.
Yes.
I mean, God
I've had someone reach out to me.
Yeah, God bless you.
I think on Twitter. Is it on Twitter or one of the
social
media
platforms?
Okay.
Charlie, this thing party, I go show. What did they talk? I go show.
Wow.
What did they talk about? People, some of the sellers. You see, the reason why this one, I'm not trying to downplay anybody in any way, right? When it comes off as that, can you forgive me?
Yeah.
The reason why the FDA, Pharmacy Council specifically, allows only pharmacies to sell some drugs is the fact that those in the pharmacy, the pharmacists knows what the drug is, knows what it can do, right? Has been trained, examined, right, and licensed to know what the drug can do, the side effects, how to overcome that side effect, what to do and what not to do about the drug. Right. That is why Pharmacy Council wants you to buy certain medications only at the pharmacy or in the pharmacy. Right. Now you go to the streets. You go to the car stations. You go to some chemical shops or chemical shop to buy prescription only drugs or drugs that are supposed to be sold only by prescription or only in a pharmacy. These people are not trained to know the nitty-gritties of the drug, the details of the drug, what the drug can do to you, what you are supposed to do with the drug, what you are not supposed to be doing with the drug, the side effects, what not. They don't have the requisite knowledge with regards to these particular drugs. That is why the Pharmacy Council is limiting it to only pharmacists. Please, if you love your life, get medications at places that they are trained pharmacists. This is I'm not saying a certain job and they don't know what they're about. Right. There was a time on radio, right? I was at home. I was in my hometown, back in the Volta region. And then I was at home early in the morning, and I heard a certain man talking on radio with regards to how his drug can treat hypertension, diabetes, and all that. And when you are on his drug, there's no need for any drug from the hospital and all that. So, funnily enough, my mother was listening to it, and so I was interested. Not knowing my mother had already bought that drug. She had the drug. It was some water. It was in a water bottle like this, something like this, right?
Herbal medicine.
Yeah, herbal medicine. So I took the thing. I realized that it's just normal water, and then he added zinc. I'm sure he bought zinc from pharmacy, zinc tab from pharmacy, mixed it, and then put it inside the drug and all that. And I said, okay. So I picked my phone, and then call time, and I called the radio station. So I was so angry.
Blasted.
I was so angry. No, I didn't really blast. So luckily, when I called, I think on the third or fourth, and then he went through, and then they picked. And I realized, okay. And I said, oh yes, oh okay. So I want to find out too, how does hypertension come about? How does diabetes come about? And how is your drug able to manage these drugs, these conditions?
And Trubio D,
it was just all over the place. You could say this guy doesn't know anything about the conditions he's talking about.
So they're just playing on people's minds.
And then I mentioned my name. I said, I am this. I'm a pharmacist. What you're saying is a lie. Then quickly the journalists, they hung up. And so then I heard them, network issues.
Yeah, I mean, so possibly.
And then later on, I realized, then people started calling me from the town because they heard it. It's a very big
Wow.
radio station, very very wide. It has a very wide coverage. So my friends and other people started calling me, and a journalist called that. As a journalist from a different radio station, who is a friend, called and said, "These people have paid big monies to have the airtime."
Yeah.
And so when I call like that, they would think that I'm trying to support their business.
Yeah, definitely.
So you see, they are thinking that of making money, but destroying people's lives.
Yeah.
Telling them that stop taking your medication and come and buy water. Water with zinc. Zinc.
Oh.
That would treat hypertension and diabetes. You see, these people don't have the requisite knowledge to champion treating of this. Go to people trained for the job.
Okay.
Don't go to people on the streets. Someone is on the streets telling you that I can treat your I'm not saying someone on the street cannot treat whatever. No, I'm not saying that. But somebody who is not trained for anything, for any particular thing, and then the person is telling you that this drug can treat your sexual dysfunction or erectile dysfunction, so take it, and then and go and look at the dose, very high dose of soda, for very high dose of some of these opioids as well. You see, yes. This thing we have to really, really look at. And when they see the FDA officials coming, then they are running. They are running.
Dog, I know our time is almost up. We have just about some 5 minutes. But I want you, before you go into your health tips of the day, a quick one. Where do you think the fight should begin? On whose shoulders is it relied upon?
I think the fight, first of all, should begin with us, the citizens.
Okay.
Any opportunity you get to speak with a youth, especially secondary school peoples or JHS peoples, try to tell them that smoking, drinking, drug usage is not a flex. Try to let them know the dangers that comes with some of these acts or some of these things. If you have the opportunity to speak with a large crowd of students, I'm of the view that let's even make it a point that we go to SHS to SHS. SHS to SHS.
I think that would be marvelous.
SHS to SHS.
That would be marvelous.
Get a comprehensive message for them. Let them know what is going on and let them know why they are not supposed to enter. If you start from the root, by the time they go, they know, they have the knowledge, and so they will know engage. So that is where the thing should start from. And then now our regulators should just work. That is it.
That's it.
FDA should work. They are working, but please more work. Pharmacy Council, you are working, but please more work. It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So
yeah, my last 2 minutes for health tips. So today, what I will talk about is whether you should eat. Is always the time to. Is always the case to eat before food, before taking your medications.
Okay.
I
thought you were about
no, at night. Don't worry. That time will come. That time will come.
It shouldn't come now.
That time will come. Whether you eat before, after your medication. So you see, there are some medications that you need to take on an empty stomach. For it to be effective. There are some medications that you need to take after food for it to be effective, or to even prevent some stomach discomfort. And there's some medication you're supposed to take with food. Yes. For it to be more effective. Right. So what I'll leave with you is that before you leave a pharmacy or before you leave the hospital, ask your pharmacist. Ask whoever dispensed you, should I take this drug after food, before food, or with food? Before you leave the pharmacy. Yes, that is what I'll leave with us.
Wow.
Not all medications are supposed to be taken after food. Just as everybody thinks. No. Some are to be taken before food, with food, or after food. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. George Nagili, for such a comprehensive education on drug abuse and some other related health matters this morning. We know that you will be coming again next week with another.
Can I drop some last? I think I have 1 minute.
Please, you can.
For my people. So very good morning to my branch, Top Up Pharmacy Committee 9. Yeah, my people. Hi. and then all Top Up Pharmacy workers. So Top Up Pharmacy is a pharmaceutical company. We handle all your retail medications. So in fact, if you want to buy medications, you can just reach out to us. We are active on all social media platforms. Just reach out to us. We'll serve you. We do delivery as well. So yes, just come over. If you want to see me, you can reach out to me on my social media handles.
Please give your handles.
Dr. George Anagli. Yes. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Snapchat. My Snapchat is I'm also active there as well. So you can just reach out to me. If you want to see me, I'm at Committee 9, Top Up Pharmacy. Just pass by anytime. Just say you're looking for Dr. George. I'll be there.
He will be there. Next week too, he will be here.
Yes, exactly.
This is where we end the show this morning on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Izzy, your last words for the weekend.
For the weekend, please don't take in too much alcohol.
And
Less children and red. Please drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, so don't drink and drive. Don't take too much alcohol. Drink responsibly. Up next is DJ Rock with some music. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you on Monday. Bye.